What's up? What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I know y'all been backstage waiting for a while. You've been waiting a long time on the show to begin. Honestly, I don't know why. Oh, let me mute this. I don't know why it starts the stream for y'all to wait on it. Sometimes I'll let it get set up like 30 minutes ahead of time. But we're live now. We're here. I'm happy that we're here. We got a good show for y'all tonight. I hope that y'all really enjoy it. First one in the building. I don't even remember who it was because it was so long ago. But shout out to the Mod Squad. I see they heavy in the comment section. Guys, if you want to help me out on the video, make sure you hit that like button. Punch that like button on your way in the room. Also, let your friends and family members know about TD Fans Talk as well, guys. We're about 30 subscribers away from 2,600. Already in less than a week, we're already almost reaching another 100 subscribers on the channel. We've been growing exponentially as of lately, and the biggest reason is because of the YouTube algorithm. Hitting the like button works. If you hit the like button and we get a lot of likes on the video, it basically says, hey, a lot of people like this video. Let's share it with other people that might be interested. And that's how our base grows more and more and more. Again, in about 5 days, we've added about 80 subscribers, and we'll probably hit 100 by Monday. So that'll be a week adding 100 subscribers. And if we stay at this pace, guys, we're going to hit our target. We might even hit 10,000 before the season starts, guys. So that would be awesome. So do your part. Hit that like button. Show your love and support to the channel. A lot of people, they donate and do other things. But if you can't donate, hey, it's not a big deal. Hit the like button at least. Show your love and support. But we got our panelists on standby, waiting to come in and have a good show tonight. We're going to take in a few other Patreon members tonight. If you want to join Patreon members, all you have to do is hit the link and come backstairs. All Patreon members, you're allowed on the stream tonight. All you have to do is hit the link and come backstairs, and I'll let you in here and there. But make sure you're a Patreon member, guys. I don't want to and make sure you send me a direct message that says, hey, I'm a Patreon member. I'll verify and I'll make sure I let you in on the stream here and there tonight if you want to join. Everyone else, be ready with your questions. I want to also have a Q&A session where you can ask me or any other panelists any question that you desire to ask. We're going to actually start the show with that before we get into some of the meat of some of the other topics that we want to discuss tonight. But I'm glad that we can spend the night together. I got the 3-point contest playing in the background, see who's going to win that. But without further ado, guys, it's time to bring the panelists on. The first panelist we have in the building is none other than the reason that we're here. Y'all already know what time it is. Earth, Wind, and Fire in the building. What's up, Reason?
What's good, homie? Throwing it back, huh?
Always, man. Hey, I gotta always show that love, man. And the next panelist in the building is the OG himself, triple OG, quadruple OG, Mr. Ball Game. What's up, man? You good? Uh-oh, he muted and don't even know. He muted. We can't even hear. Look at it. He ain't even ready, y'all. He ain't even ready.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
What's good?
We good, man. You ready for the night, man?
Indeed, man. I stay ready.
All right. Well, hey, make sure you tell EM that because you can't lose that next match, man.
Man, he better. Hey, long as he got my money, we gonna be all good, baby.
Oh man. All right. Next up, we got your boy Esteban. What's up, homie?
What are we getting into? What are we getting into? What am I getting myself into?
I don't know, man, but you about to find out one way or another. And all right, I got to give a special introduction for this one, y'all. You know, this panelist is it's near and dear to my heart, but I gotta just help this individual with their wardrobe. You know, they just don't know how to wear the proper attire. So y'all, please forgive me. Don't take it the wrong way because TD puts this type of attire on his show, but we got to go ahead and give it up for Finsanity 5. Y'all forgive me for that
attire. The heat, baby. Rep the heat, sis. There we go.
Wade all day. It's always Wade County. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
all right. Since I gave everybody a good introduction, I also want to welcome EM.
Does him dirty.
Yeah, he here. All right. So without
Yeah.
I'll just messing with you, man. It's your boy EM, always in the building. You know, we always gotta have a resident Mr. Wrong in the building. What's up, EM?
What's good, homie? What's good? Can y'all hear me fine?
I'm
now?
all right.
Yeah,
You're perfect now.
Yeah.
You know what?
No playback.
I don't know what it is when I try to when I select the link inside the YouTube video, I have issues. But when you send it to me directly in the in our by text, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I hear you.
Hey, so if y'all want to know why we took so long, EM, he had to get that Tua mic together, man. That's all.
Hey, call it what you want, homie.
Man, EM, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna take a note out of my wife's book. I'm gonna apologize to you. I'm always throwing jabs unnecessarily at you, man.
You don't have to, man, because you're gonna make me feel bad when in the next coming months. When all of
hey, that's all good, man. Hey, you said I don't have to. I'm good with that. Perfect, man. Thanks for the birthday gift.
Hey, no. When all of your declarations become untrue, especially with Josh Rosen, you declared him, you're anointing him as our starter and our franchise quarterback. I told you I'm gonna kill you live on air, bro. I'm gonna destroy you. So I don't want to feel bad when I do that. So,
bro, it ain't gonna happen. And even if it did, a broke clock right twice a day, bro.
It's coming. All right. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming shortly.
We shall see, man. But all y'all good, man?
Yeah, man.
Everybody
Fins
good?
up, baby. Fins up, baby.
Let's go, baby. See, everybody can't do that. Some people got heat stuff on, but that's another story. But anyway, man, let's get down to it, man. We got a lot of stuff we want to discuss, but we're going to start the top of this show with Q&A. We're going to allow everyone who's subscribed to the channel in the comment section to put their questions on the screen. You can ask any other panelist a question. Make sure it's an appropriate question dealing with football or something related, at least close to it. We're going to open it up that way before we get into some of the more intense topics that we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you have any questions that you want to ask any other panelists, make sure you put it in the comment section right now. This is your opportunity to ask the questions, because everybody always send me questions all day, every day. TD, what do you think about this? What would you do with that? What would this and that and this? Listen, this is your opportunity, all right? This is your opportunity, and we're going to start with the first one. You can also address questions directly to a specific panelist. It is up to you, but the first question that we already have in the building is what running back we want. And I'm going to turn it over to our panelists and see if they want to comment on any of these questions. Guys, what running back do we want?
Are we talking out of free agency or in the draft?
Doesn't matter. Either way. I mean, next year, what running back do we want?
I want one of the top three. Give me Taylor, Dobbins, or Swift. And I'm happy with either one of those three. We can make either one of those three work. I do prefer Swift or Taylor over Dobbins, but I wouldn't be mad at all with the Dobbins selection. I think he has the potential to be a stellar running back in the NFL. I just like the tools that Swift has at his disposal, and I also like what I've seen from Jonathan Taylor in terms of most 200 yards games by an FBS running back, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, the guy's just he's me and Ballgame have talked about it. When you break it down, out of those top three, because those top three are the elite of this draft, he's the only one that you can legitimately sit here and say, as of today, he's the only cowbell back out of those three. Yep. And me and Ballgame have talked about that before. I do have my only concern with him is the mileage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we haven't seen any serious injury that should give me serious concern about the mileage yet. But that's where I stand on the running backs. I don't think we need to dip into free agency, because once you get past those guys, you got, as much as Vinsandy hated when I dropped his name weeks and weeks ago, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I like a lot. You know what I mean? I've watched the tape on A.J. Dillon, especially against the stack boxes. I really like what I'm seeing there. So, it's too deep of draft class, I think, to really spend premium money. But if we're going to free agency, the only guy who I would really even think about ponying up to right now is probably Melvin Gordon. But why? But then I ask myself, why would I pony up, even if it's 8.5? Why would I pony up $8.5 million to Melvin Gordon when I could basically get DeAndre Swift, who has the same tool set, is basically the perfect comp coming out of college, and it's going to be much cheaper and younger, less mileage.
$4 million.
Well, why not double up? Why not double up? Double up?
I wouldn't mind that at all. But I think
double up in what regards?
Free agent.
As far as signing Melvin Gordon and selecting Swift in the draft, or a player with that similar skill set in the draft.
Man, you ain't gonna get off of Gordon, are you? How much Gordon gonna cost a year?
Hey, look, it's all about the price tag. I was gonna say that. It's all about the price tag. I'll get him between 6 and 8. If he want anything more than that, I'm gonna have to tell him I'm gonna holler at him. But yeah, I think I would definitely entertain Melvin Gordon in free agency and doubling up and selecting.
I don't like him.
I prefer Swift or Dobbins because of the dual threat aspect of the games as opposed to
I agree.
Taylor. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, as long as if the price is right for Melvin Gordon, I would, I'd be aggressive in my pursuit of him in free agency, and I would select one of those running
Man, I
backs.
wouldn't even be mad if they drafted, like a guy like Dobbins because he's smaller, and then they came back and tried to get a guy like Akers because I got Akers in my top 5, and he's probably going to be around between the 3rd, 4th round. Cam Akers still going to be there probably. Yeah. So I wouldn't.
He was all Florida State had. So
yeah, he's a beast. You've seen him firsthand too. You know what it's about. I got him in my top 5.
Well, let me ask y'all this, because we're gonna try to keep these questions moving. What is the top need in free agency?
Left tackle,
offensive line, baby.
Guards.
Left tackle, offensive line. What about you?
Yeah,
I've been saying guards. We need guards that can, pull and move.
I agree.
In our running game, like if you really go back and look at it, the reason why Balaj averaged 1.7 is because by the time he got the ball, the defensive end or a linebacker was already in our backfield. So where do you expect him to go? You need, like, if he's going to, try to run to the outside, that guard has to be able to get out and engage that linebacker. But, ain't nobody going to say that. So I'm going to say guards.
I think they need to. I think more so than anything, it was the scheme that contributed to the most issues that we had on our offensive line. I agree with that.
They didn't ask our guards to do anything like that. They just asked them to lie in front of you, engage them. But
they got to get in the gym, man. They got to start. They got to continue to lift, man. We were weak up front too.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with the guard.
The profile. If you look at our offensive line, they're more athletic than they are as far as strength is concerned. Yeah. So they said they were trying to implement a power scheme when these guys, that's a weakness, clearly a glaring weakness. And so I saw at the end of the year they started to, implement more concepts as far as taking advantage of our offensive line's athleticism, like zone schemes and counters and traps and that kind of thing. So hopefully that's something they really entertain. With them, which I'm sure they probably will, and that might be why, again, that might be contributed to O'Shea not being in South Beach right now. So
yeah, and I agree. Our guards and our tackle is the biggest need. My only issue with investing in a tackle in free agency is, if let's say Tua is the guy, I don't want to spend big money on a left tackle because that's on his blind side.
Yeah.
Right. Well, speaking of Tua, EM, we got a question for you. I know you'll like this one, but we're going to ask it. EM, what number do you think Tua wears, even though it should be WARS?
He's already come out.
He's coming for him because he's talking that craziness, thinking we're going to have Tua.
He's already come out and mentioned what he's going to do. He's already talked about this.
Well, what number?
He's already talked about it.
Hang on, let me ask him real quick. Hang on. Tua. No, I'm kidding. What did he say?
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
What did he say? What did he say, Reason? I haven't heard him speak about potential number he could be wearing.
Yeah, so he said he's a Steve Young fan, so 8, and the other number he talked about was 9.
Well, there you go.
You think Cincinnati gonna let him wear those 2 numbers?
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care what.
Well, they didn't hang Palmer's version. They didn't hang Carson Palmer's jersey, so now it's available.
I could care less about what number he wears, as long as he's in that teal and orange. I'm good to go.
No, the real problem is if he walks in, oh man, I can't have 3, but I can't have 13, but I really want 3. And then the whole room turns to Josh. And Josh is in the corner of the room like,
Man, that's funny.
I ain't picking on your guy. Why you picking on mine now? Knock it off.
I'm talking about numbers. I'm talking about numbers.
Reason, don't worry. Rosen will be gone long before April 23rd, bro.
No, Rosen.
I hate this.
I'm looking at his I'm looking at his bus ticket right now, sitting on my desk. His bus ticket is sitting on my desk right now.
Nothing on your desk.
No, this is what Rosen's gonna do. Rosen's gonna turn around and say, "Yeah, I'll give you number 3 for $250,000." That's what
we talking.
Now
we talking money. Just like EM need to go and put that money on that Madden game. But anyway, on to the next question. Ball game. We got a question for you, man. They said, ball game. Is Byron Jones the only corner on the free agent market that is actually worth signing a multi-year deal, such as 4 to 5 years for $10.5 million a year?
Man, I would say just because how deficient the position is, he's probably going to get actually more than that. And because of his versatility of being able to play in the up on the perch as well at free safety, he's probably going to be somewhere in the 12 and a half to 14 range. Maybe even more, depending on somebody really, because a lot of teams out there don't have good corners. So yeah, he's the top guy. If you look at any of the listings of free agents that are out there, Anthony, Byron Jones is in the top 10 of free agents that's going to be available, and he's really the only cornerback in that top 10 because 4 of the slots are actually quarterbacks, and then you got Jones and a couple D linemen, things of that nature. But yeah, he's the only legitimate cornerback that's out there right now that's he's gonna set the market. So
yeah, agreed. Especially because of what you mentioned, ball game, his versatility. That's what's gonna, you might get another team that wants to do more with him than what, the Cowboys were doing with him, and they can.
Right.
So I think that's why I think ball game's dead on with that. He's definitely gonna set the market.
I saw an article where the Philadelphia Eagles are gonna be all on him if.
I've heard that too.
I saw that.
I've seen the Eagles fan base is clamoring for him too.
And
listen, when he's healthy and motivated, he's that guy. He's proven it. And the fact that he can play, and the fact that he can make the transition from corner to free safety as seamless as he does,
Yeah, because he's a converted cornerback. He was a safety in college.
Right.
So they converted him, I think his second year in the league, because his athleticism is off the charts.
Yeah.
So Dallas, kudos to Dallas for spotting that, for getting on, for making that conversion, because he obviously it was the best move because he's all pro every other year. So I don't know if he's worth that. Well, I'm not saying worth, but
it ain't even matter.
I don't know if Miami needs to make that kind of another $15 million investment at that position. I don't know if they need to do that.
Listen, I think
I wouldn't cry if they did.
I'll be honest with you. If we invested money in the free safety spot, that's probably in the secondary. To be honest with you, that's probably more of a
need. I agree.
A need than corner.
Yeah, I agree.
But Simmons, if we can't get Simmons from Denver,
man, if we can get Simmons out of Denver, I don't care what we do with the other picks. I don't care what we do. That's Christmas. That's Christmas came early.
We win if we get him, we win free agency.
I would even entertain trading for him.
The Brinks truck up.
Okay, here's a question. Would you guys give up the 26th and a third or a fourth for Justin Simmons, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, because you.
What about
no
the 18th?
question.
What about the
Immediately.
18th? What about the 18th? What about the 18th?
No, it's
I won't gross my toes.
Just the 18th?
Just the 18th.
Yes,
Just
I
the
do it.
18th. Okay.
I do it because in the 18, even at 18, I'm not getting anyone
Exactly.
that's gonna come out as polished as he is already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do it.
Is Simmons on the trade block or something?
No.
He could
he's just
They
unrestricted.
probably gonna
He's just
franchise him,
unrestricted.
but
Yeah.
if we could get him, you know what I mean? Because Denver need picks too. They still in a rebuild mode kind of too.
And
I'd give up that
Denver-
18 to get him. Definitely,
Denver-
I wouldn't even blink an eye at it, bro.
I agree.
If I saw the Denver Broncos, you know what I'm saying? And I looked at the call ID on the phone, and it had the Denver. Man, I'm falling out of the chair.
Denver.
Okay, I got it. Xavier in that 18th.
No, I'm not doing that. Not this year.
No.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, I know, TD. I'm moving up. This year is not the year to move away from X. Next year is. I'm telling you.
I might even get a 5 in next.
I wouldn't give up the 18. We gotta address the trenches, y'all. I wouldn't do that. I'd figure out a different way.
I would definitely entertain a 26th in a fourth or fifth.
Hey, we can get off X next year because we can go get Tyson Campbell next year.
Why not just make an even swap for X?
I want to get Patrick Surtain next year.
Or Surtain.
I want to get Patrick Surtain so bad.
I'm not doing that.
All right, I got a good question for you all. And this is going to take y'all being unbiased. This is a real scenario, okay? Don't say I'm not answering the question, all right? With all this Tua talk, what if we don't even draft him or any quarterback in the draft? Then what?
Then we better get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields next year, or I'm riding.
Yeah, we're pretty much gonna have to mortgage next year's first and second.
It's gonna be. Listen, this fan base is 110% ready for a quarterback, whoever it is, somebody that's gonna be able to fill that role. And if they don't make a move to get somebody, it's gonna be a fire in the city.
Yeah. They're gonna have to select someone this year.
You know what, man?
Honestly, to be honest with you, whoever selected number one,
man, if you missed out on Tua and Love, let's say you missed out on Tua at 5, but you don't want to pick Love at 5, so you're waiting for 18. Let's say he goes to the Colts at 13, okay? Buddy, I'm trading that 18th. I'm trading that 26th. I'm moving back, and I'm getting picks for next year, and I'm loading up for next year, and I'm getting
Trevor Lawrence.
Look. Whoever selected number one overall next year, they're not trading that pick, so we can forget about the possibility.
Justin Fields. I'll take Justin Fields.
I'll take Fields then.
Y'all high on him. I'm not as high on him. We discussed, in the past. So, but me personally, they have to make a move this year. This year is the year to get your quarterback, and it's Tua. It's been Tua, and it's gonna be Tua. So y'all better want
I wouldn't necessarily say that this is the only year to get a guy that can actually take the franchise to the next level because I think
he's talking about because our position.
Those two kids, I understand what he's saying, but those two kids, Fields and Lawrence, are just as special, bro. And they got a whole nother year to change your mind. They got a whole nother year to change your mind.
And we might be sitting here this time next year, and I'm like, damn, I was wrong. You right. You absolutely
Rose
right.
is the MVP. Yep.
Look, y'all. This is my only thing is I wouldn't bank on the future because you never know what's going to happen. Look at what happened to Tua. So I mean, the whole field thing sounds reasonable that we could do that as long as the guy stays healthy and he has a good season. But like I said, you never know what's going to happen. I feel that we are at the point where we can't gamble on this. And that 5th round pick, I know everybody wants linemen, and I mean, there's a lot of depth in the draft. I think that 5th round pick this year has to be a quarterback. It has to be.
Think about this.
The fifth round.
Hey.
I'm sorry, fifth pick.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, where are we getting Anthony Gordon?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're gonna end up with
them quarterbacks are gonna be gone after 15 this year.
Yo, bro, you had me worried, bro. I almost had a cardiac arrest thinking Nate Stanley.
No, man. I'm sorry, Reason. The 5th pick has to be a QB this year.
Tua is that guy. Tua has been the target.
Time will tell.
and Tua will be the target come April 23rd.
I'd rather them just move up this year and get a quarterback because of the fact that I don't have faith in what the future holds and what could happen to a guy in his college career, what injury he could, what couldn't. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. And I was worried about that this year, and it happened to Tua. So I'm just saying, man, if you're going to move up, just do it now. Make you move now. Don't wait till next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we actually have.
I agree 100%.
Actually,
I agree 100%.
You're right. Based off the fact that though next year we have 2 firsts, we still technically have far less draft capital next year compared to this year.
Because if you get a quarterback this year, you're going to add more depth in the first round next year. You know what I mean? That's just, I just feel like it's a better decision to do it now.
I'm fine with Tua or Love. Hey, let's ride. I'll take Burrow. If those guys are gone and Burrow falls to us, I'm fine with that.
I don't want to trade.
No Herbert. Don't give me no Herbert. Don't give me no Herbert.
I don't want to trade up. I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade additional assets for Jordan Love.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was never.
I would trade back. I would trade back.
Let me be clear.
I don't want to trade anything for any quarterback. But next question: yes or no? Xavier Howard is starting the season with Miami.
No, he's going to
be suspended by the league.
Yeah, he'll be suspended.
Trick question, huh?
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be suspended, but he will be.
All right. Next question then. Can we trade up from 18 to have 2 top 10 picks?
Possibly.
You can do it. Like saying, can you do something? Yeah, you can do it. It's like,
is that something y'all would want to do?
No.
You could give up your 18 and maybe something for the 2021 draft.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can do that, but it but it better be a lock. Like that's too much to mortgage because now you're mortgaging something from this year and next year, and you're just giving it away possibly. You can sit at 18 and get a guy that you wanted. So to me, should you do it? No, because like who are you going to get? Like what are you trying to get out of it? If you get 2 at 5, who are you trying to get that may not drop 8 spots to you? Give me a name that's not going to be there at 18 that you guys can go out and get.
AJ Epinesa. I guarantee you he's going to get out the top 10.
Looks like Andrew Thomas might fall. Tristan Wirfs might.
Yeah.
Where y'all think Andrew Thomas is going to fall to?
I'm hearing a lot of guard talk. I'm hearing a lot of
I am as well. Yeah,
man. It's become clear that what I love is I've been preaching Tristan Wirfs since I joined this channel, and as guys have fallen, as guys have risen, Tristan Wirfs has consistently stayed as the number 2 offensive tackle. I love that. Jedrick Wills from Finsanity School is he's projected as the top guy going to the Giants right now, and then
Wirfs is a right tackle, correct? Wirfs plays the right side.
Yes, he does, but he has played a bit of guard, and then and he's 6'7". He's an actual mauling monster. But then you got Mekhi Becton from Louisville has risen up. I've actually came onto my radar and I've watched more on him, and he's higher to me right now than Andrew Thomas is.
I think it all depends on what I think. This will have a huge depending on what Miami does in free agency, I think that'll have a huge say so as far as aggressive they are.
Yeah, the problem with Andrew Thomas as we got into the playoffs as Georgia got into the end of the season, they started playing better competition. The problem was he had a really struggled with athletic guys off the edge. It was it was a serious problem. So like a guy like Chase Young will blow him up. As he stands right now.
Chase Young, baby.
What about Josh Jones, man?
I'm talking about guys. Buddy, I've been preaching Josh Jones. I love Josh Jones. To me, is the 3rd best offensive tackle. I like him right behind Tristan Wirfs. And then I like.
I'd be all right with getting
where's the drop off? Hey, where's the drop off though? From Jones to if you have him 3, is there a significant drop off between 1, 2, and 3? Reason, in your opinion?
1 and 2 are close.
You know what? I'm struggling because I'm actually thinking of putting Tristan Wirfs at 1 and popping Jedrick Wills back at 2. I don't think it's that big of a drop off. No, I think Josh Jones. Josh Jones literally, he set the record for the best passing grade.
My only thing with Jones, my only thing is Jones is where he played and who he played against.
I agree.
I don't hold that 100% against him.
4 pressures and 1 sack allowed all year.
Yeah.
Hey, but Reason, I know you saw the Senior Bowl, man. Dude, the defenses were being dominant, and he held up, man. He did very good.
Josh Jones and Javon Kinlaw were the best trench guys I saw in that whole Senior Bowl coming out between practices and the game. And that Javon Kinlaw and Jones battle in practice in the one-on-ones, I shared it in our group chat thing. That thing was legendary, bro.
Yeah.
Like that thing was legendary, and I'm telling you, I liked and I agree with Ballgame with his school and the talent. But man, I see things that guy jumps, man. Just like I told you guys the story before. I had a friend, I played high school ball with him, and he's a huge football guy. He's a Ohio State guy, and he's a Patriots fan. And he went down to watch specifically AJ Espinosa at Ohio State and Iowa State, and he came out saying Tristan Wirfs was the guy who jumped off the field to him, not AJ.
Wow.
So that was high. I took that as high praise because he played defense.
It seems like he's almost neck and neck with Derek Brown now.
They
man.
played that bowl game.
He is.
He might actually take that spot as the first D tackle.
There's no drop off. I think the biggest drop off you see right now when you're in the top 10 picks is Okudah to who you got as your CB2. That's your biggest drop off. Like even Chase Young to AJ Espinosa isn't a massive drop off. Like it's a drop off, but it's not massive.
Or Gross Matos. Or Gross Matos.
There's good. See, the one I don't like that I'm suspect with the edge is Finsanity Schoolboy. I don't trust Terrell Lewis. Something about that I don't trust. I think that guy's getting.
I like LSU's guy better.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm seeing Terrell Lewis going top 15s. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. So
guys, we're gonna take we're gonna take a 1 minute intermission just to address a few things. Number one, if you can, guys, you can always support the channel by hitting that like button. Shout out to Quint Riddle with the donation, the $20 donation. We appreciate the love and support, homie. He said, "What's up, everybody?" Pretty much. Quinn always coming through. We ain't gonna let him on to get on the EM now. You already know what time it is.
Hey, don't worry. I'm gonna handle Quint on that in Madden, bro. He sent me a friend request the other day talking nonsense.
All right, y'all gotta send me the Twitch, man. Somebody hit me up today, saying they wanted to play you. Man, a lot of people hit me up.
I had like 10. I had 10 people hit me up in the PlayStation Network. Wanting to play, bro. Saying you. This one guy told me I didn't play any competition when I played ball game. He said ball game wasn't no competition. So I said, well, I agree with that assessment.
I'm sitting here like, man, can you win a series against ball game first before everybody started thinking you the best?
I'm just telling you what he said. I didn't say that. Well,
but I didn't say of America. They free to say whatever they want.
He said you ain't playing no competition. Ball game is garbage. I said, well, I agree with that.
Hey, I haven't played Madden.
Well, right now,
I'm gonna have to take out Insanity before I deal with EM.
Right now it's 2-2, man. It's 2-2 right now. And I also want to give a shout out to Winter Lantern, the newest Patreon member. We appreciate you showing your love and support, becoming a member of the Patreon. Thank you for joining the team. We appreciate you supporting TD Fins Talk. Hit that like button, guys. We're 4 people away from 100 likes. Punch that like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 real quick. Move the chat, hit the like button, and we're going to continue with the questions right when we get over 100 likes, guys. We're almost there. 97 likes, 3 more to go. We got 140 people watching, so hit that like button. See, it was that easy. We got 101 likes now, and it's probably going to go up to 110. All you got to do is hit the like button, and you're supporting this channel. Not everybody can donate monetarily, but if you hit that like button, I promise you are alerting the YouTube algorithm to let other people know about this channel. So thanks everybody who supports the channel. And Quint just said, EM, you're not ready, man. But anywho, on to the next question. How many tier 1 free agents do you think the Dolphins will sign?
Hey, so I just got a text message from a source of mine, and it says here that the Dolphins have been connected in pre-free agency conversations with the agent of defensive lineman Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Did I not mention that man's name a couple streams ago? And y'all were like,
You did.
Yeah.
Yes, you
You
did.
did. You did.
On Twitter.
You did.
I love my sources. Boom. Let's go. But I mean, listen, he's not ideal for our 3-4 scheme, though. So
Well, we run multiple fronts. So
I'm glad you mentioned that. But I mean, when I mention people like that, that's the stuff that I get set. But then my sources tell me names, and now your sources is telling you names. So there might be smoke. I
literally saw this. I saw this on Twitter today earlier. The problem is I don't have a problem with the fit. My problem is the money he's going to be asking for.
Yeah.
Hey, look. If you recall when we talked about this a couple streams ago, what did I say? I said the money and where are you going to play him? The money and the fit.
Because he's not a scheme fit, yeah.
He's a prototypical 3 technique. But what are you gonna do? You got Godchild coming up. It's no telling how much you're gonna pay him. And then you got Christian Wilkins on the other side. Where you gonna play him at? Over the nose? I don't think he is a prototypical nose tackle. And I don't think that's the biggest need this team needs as far as on a defensive end. I would rather make that investment. I would rather make that investment in a player like a Michael Pierce or a Danny Shelton type player to fit that profile.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing you guys forget. Like if you bring in a guy, now we can trade Godchild and get something for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, hold on. I'm about to slow y'all down.
I heard they're paying Godchild. That's what I heard.
They're gonna pay Godchild, but let me slow y'all down for a second.
I think he's gonna.
I had a birdie whisper in my ear today. All right, we all these sources out here. I had a birdie whisper in my ear.
Is this an official birdie?
Yes, this is. Okay. No, not that official birdie. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about too. Yeah.
This birdie is telling me Javon Hargrave is also a target.
So why did you just say that? This guy drops the name and adds no context in the group chat. He just
no, because I was trying to get you. When I hear this stuff from some of the people that I talk to, I just throw it out there to y'all, and I want to know your thoughts about it.
I had no idea what you just said. His name. You didn't say anything else. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Earlier today, I would just put his name in the text, but when I just drop a name, trust me, I be busy. So when I drop a name, it's just me trying to say, what's y'all thoughts?
I got you.
You mean Justin Hargraves or Javon Hargraves?
Javon. You don't know who I'm talking about, man?
I have no clue who you're talking about. When you said that in the text, I thought you meant Justin. I thought you meant Justin Hargraves.
What happened? I'm sorry, I'm multitasking.
When you sent that,
the nose tackle for the season, the Steelers, the nose tackle.
Yeah, he with Pittsburgh.
He's okay. Now we're talking.
He's a big boy too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's that anchor. They're not going to be able to afford him.
I think he's at least 300 pounds.
He's 305.
He's 305.
305.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a big boy.
And he coming fresh off his rookie contract and outplayed it by far. He was only making like $800,000.
And also,
that'd be a nice time.
And also,
pure nose tackle, bro.
And also, what scheme does Pittsburgh run?
Here we go.
He only on the field for first down and second down.
You know what I like?
You know something? Hey, Ballgame, listen. What did I tell you?
Under the radar.
Hey, Ballgame, those are generally running downs. And we 31st in run defense.
Okay. I didn't argue that point. What I'm just saying, we're not going to be bringing in a guy and breaking up the Brinks truck for a guy to be on the field for only 2 downs out of a series.
Well, that's why the nose tackle. Hey, that's why they paid him that kind of money. That's what I would rather. Me personally, he's a good player and he's young. I would rather make that investment in Michael Pierce or maybe even Danny Shelton.
You know what though? The problem is
he's a good player.
Hargreaves is gonna that seems like an under the radar signing where you're not gonna have to bust the bank.
They're saying that about Pierce as well.
I don't know. You might have to pay this man.
They're saying
How old
that
is he,
about
TD?
He's 27 right now.
He's 27.
Those are the kind of guys
just turned 27 last week.
Yeah,
he just turned 27 last week.
Now
so that's their early 27. You're gonna get a core 4 to 5 years out of him if you sign him. You're getting the best 4 years you can get out of him.
Yeah, see, that makes more sense than going for a Gordon and these running backs, man. I think that they're gonna do something like that. That'd be a nice signing.
I mean, that's
legitimate. I think Godchild is gonna take a team-friendly deal. He's gonna have some.
They're not gonna trade Godchild. I would be shocked if they do that.
No, but that's why
anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm not gonna totally disregard Finsanity's theory about him possibly trading him. Anything is possible, but I seriously doubt. Godchild is a locker room guy. He was drafted by them, and he's a good player. He's a very good player, and he's ascending as well. Young, those are the kind of players, those character guys. Them the kind of guys that you want to invest in as far as especially as far as your locker room is concerned. You don't let players like that get out the back door.
Yeah, but you also don't want to be in a situation like Dallas where they overpaid the offensive line and now they're looking for money. Like if we keep paying all these defensive linemen, eventually the bank will run out and you're going to neglect the offensive side of the ball. We are very young, so we have a lot of guys coming up. It is going to get very strenuous of who stays and who goes, and we're going to have to make tough decisions in the future. That's all I'm saying.
But I agree.
They didn't overpay their line, but they just paid them all, and now they're like, who are we going to franchise? How can we restructure this? No, you have to have foresight to see like some of these guys who were going to fall in love. That was Miami's problem in the past. We held on to guys too long and never got true value for them back. So that's all I'm saying. I don't want us to what's in, but I would love to keep Godchild. But if we're going to pay, that's
I think.
Well, we got Taco cheap.
Right.
Charles Harris is still on a rookie deal.
Garbage.
In the last year of it.
Garbage.
Christian Wilkins was on his rookie deal. John Jenkins got the veteran minimum. I mean, he didn't get paid much.
But he's up for a contract.
Yeah, he'll get the medium this year as well. He'll get the medium again.
He'll get the minimum. Or he can go.
Yo, hold on. Are you guys any of you watching the comments right now? Because there's literally a user named Tua Tagovailoa.
I've seen before.
These serious reason?
I swear to God, go up. It's at go
All
up.
Right, let me block him. Hold on, let me block him.
Hey, if that's the real Tua, hey, we riding with you, homie.
Yo, check what he said.
What did he say? What did he say?
The only pick the this guy. I can hit that. You delete it, but I can still see it. The only pick the Dolphins should think about is taking me with the first pick. I'll make the team better around me. The Dolphins instantly will become a contender at the one and only Tua.
There's no way that's him.
It's not, bro. He's trolling.
Hey, we riding with you, homie. We riding with you. Don't listen to these other clowns. We riding with you, homie. You know who on your team, baby. You know.
I didn't delete his comment. I put him in timeout like it's like the hip. But anyway.
But anyway, back to this Hargraves. Yeah, that would be
because he trying to impersonate too.
I like that. Team.
I think we could if Jen Shelton gets out of New England, I think we can get him on a cheaper deal.
See, okay, let me help y'all understand something. First of all, Hargrave ain't gonna come as cheap as y'all think. The kid coming off of his rookie deal. He coming off his rookie deal, and he beyond outplayed it. See, like you said, who you talking about? And now you know who we talking about. But he held it down for Pittsburgh in the middle. He is actually one of the better nose tackles in this league.
He is. He's a top 5 nose tackle in the league right now.
But he's going to get top money, bro. But here's what confuses me. It's like when I heard this news today about Hargrave, y'all say Hargrave. I don't know. I just pronounce it how I wrote it. When I heard this news today, I'm like, okay, if this is true and this is what we're targeting, gosh, like how many interiors are we targeting? I mean, we already got. I mean, what are we really going to sit Christian and Godchild on the outside?
They play the outside now, is what I'm telling you, T. They play.
Godchild has played that middle. Godchild has played that middle in cases.
Okay, they have. I'm not saying that they don't, bro. But I'm talking about from a base defense perspective, bro. Godchild and ideally now remember when we had this conversation about John Jenkins, when how our run defense improved dramatically when they started playing him in the middle more consistently. Remember we had that conversation in the year?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So once Godchild and Wilkins are prototypical 3 techniques. In other words, the translation is a 3-4 defensive end. Okay. At this stage, in my opinion, they are good in those. They are good. They need refinement. But they are good and they play consistent enough in those roles. But in the middle, they're not, in my opinion, they're not stout enough. You remember when Flores was getting on Christian Wilkins, he addressed him publicly about how the lack of pad level that he consistently wasn't doing. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell you, he was getting moved too easily.
But he did come out and say he's starting to do it now.
He did, absolutely, he did. But again, I think they are prototypical 3 techs. You need a natural nose tackle to anchor the center of this defense. I keep telling y'all that. That's
so what we're. No, I'm not debating that. I'm not debating that. I'm saying
we're just not gonna pay. I just don't believe we're gonna pay to the nose for a guy that's only gonna be on the field on first and second down.
Well, that's the whole. Hey, first and second downs are generally run downs. Okay, we're 31st in the run for a reason. Man. And I'm telling you, you can start. You start in the middle. You start in the middle at the nose, and you address the edge setting as well with a Jadeveon Clowney or a Matthew Judon. Okay, and I'm telling you, 75% of our run defense issues will be resolved. And again, look at the players. I'm telling you. If you go and you look at all the rumors who allegedly Miami could be potentially targeting this offseason, I'm telling you, it's a common thread between all of them. This is not rocket science. People, y'all are making this too difficult. There is a scheme profile and there's an athletic profile. Look at the players that they are targeting. So for y'all to sit here and just ignore that scheme fits do not exist in the NFL.
The argument ain't about scheme fits. We know every team want to run a scheme and they want to get fits for it. That wasn't never the argument.
With this defense.
Yes, that was never the argument. The argument was, would we take an athlete that, even though he isn't a scheme fit, and basically try to make him one? That's all it is, bro. We're not debating what you're saying. You're on. So what you're envisioning is we're gonna get that hard nose tackle, right? And possibly have Jenkins as the backup in that role.
Yeah, that's my.
If he signs again, and then you're gonna have Christian on the outside and Godchild on the other outside, right?
3 techs, yes.
And then you're going to go ahead and have your 2 pass rushers as those outside linebackers, depending on the scheme, whether we run in a nickel or not.
Well, that's the formation in a 34 defense, and I don't care. Yeah, we do deploy multiple fronts, but our base is a 34. Coming from New England, that has always been number one. Bill Parcells' preference as far as his base. It translated over to Bill Belichick. And every other assistant that has come out of New England has deployed the exact same front. So I'm telling you, they're a base 34 team. And again, look at the players that they're targeting. They all come from that scheme, and look at the athletic profiles of each player they're rumored to be targeting. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
Let me ask y'all this question. Now I ain't debating that. So would you guys trade up to first pick for Young and try and still snag Tua at 5? We have a lot of picks to make moves.
In a perfect world, huh? I mean, if anyone told me they were mad and they wouldn't want that scenario, I would probably come drive to your house and slap the SH. Because every team would want that. I mean, that's freaking ideal, man. Damn, you get a transcendent pass rusher, like in terms of just when you focus on the pass rush, and you get potentially a transcendent quarterback if you get past the durability issues. So, I mean, who's ever come away with a draft like that? Holy.
I'm not doing it.
No?
I mean, it depends. Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like. I like.
Now Cincinnati has to come off of their quarterback and wait till next year. So we don't know what they're doing with him.
You'd have to use your 18th, 26th, a pick from next year, and a second or a third to go up to 2. That's what you'd have to do.
No,
okay, so ask yourself this. Okay, just ask yourself this though. Let's say Gross Matos has.
He said trade to the first pick. He didn't say trade up to second. That's what I'm saying. Because he put a stipulation to the first.
Why would I pick up the pick? Yeah. No.
Yeah, you trade for the first pick. No, but like the second, now you're talking about a different thing. But you still have to mortgage a lot because who's sitting there?
Yeah, but you'd have to get Washington off Young. But my issue is like when you actually look at who's probably going to be there at 18th and 26th, and when we pick next year, if we're good in the 20s, let's say, even if it's early 20s, because we barely missed the playoffs. I mean, are any of those guys going to be better than Tua or Chase Young? And hold on. And now that I've asked that question, how big is the gap? Because I'm clearly talking about.
That's my question. That's my question. Do you really think? And it's all about what Miami Dolphins, what they had, the evaluation they have on Chase Young and every other edge player in this draft. Mm-hmm. If the gap is not significant as the general public thinks, absolutely not. You don't make that move. And that's my point.
My thing is at 18 and 26, Espinosa, and if Gross Matos has a combine we think he's going to have, they're probably not going to be there. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. Well, I don't think they're going to. I'm basically asking myself, is Clavon Chason better than Young? We all know the answer to that. Now, how big is that talent gap? That's pretty freaking wide. There's
substantial.
Yeah, I like Chason. I think he's really talented. I think he has potential, but he's not Chase Young.
My only issue is, like I said, I've never tried to dispute Chase Young's talent level, his athleticism. I've never said that. My thing is, again, he just hasn't, in my opinion, based on my findings, I haven't seen him to be as consistent as these other, in particular two, Gross Matos and AJ Espinosa, as far as consistently putting on tape the other responsibilities that will be required of him in this defense, as opposed to Chase Young. He's just one-dimensional. He's lined up on one left side, he's lined up on the right side, and all they ask him to do is go get the quarterback. And he's exceptional at it. Based off his, the data, he's exceptional at that. But I'm saying it's not all about just putting your ears back and getting to the quarterback in the NFL.
TD.
Yeah.
In this dunk contest.
Yeah, I seen it. Hey, Chadwick Boseman need to get his act together, man. Go give a Kobe tribute dunk of 9. But anyway, let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all be mad if the Miami Dolphins brought in Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill?
Man, stop, TD. Stop, bro. Really?
It's a question, man. It's a question.
Where's that in the panel? Where's that from the comment?
Yeah, why you hating on the GOAT, man?
Stop, man.
Bro, why you hating on the GOAT, man?
TD, can we listen? It's a new year. Can we start off the new year right? And please, Tannehill is long gone. We appreciate him for his contribution.
Why you hating on the GOAT, man?
You would have took him off the wall.
To the mediocrity of this franchise in the last 7 years, we appreciate you. But it's time to move on, bro. He's long gone, thank God, and he's not coming back. I gave him his bus ticket last year. I'm just waiting on Rosen. I got him sitting right here, bro. Sitting on my desk right here, that bus ticket.
Reason.
Go ahead.
Both of them have to get potentially, like worst case scenario, if the Panthers wanted to move off of Cam. What's the market looking like for him?
For Cam Newton?
Yes, because we would have to trade for him, and they're not going to release him.
I think a team that no one's talking about, who I actually think would be a perfect fit for them, but they kind of confirmed that they're sticking with their guy next year, is Chicago Bears.
Right.
I think that guy under Matt Nagy would be absolutely ideal right now, and I think he could do enough with that defense where he wouldn't have put them in bad positions like Trubisky did. And what the other crazy thing is they need a new quarterback, and because of that Khalil Mack trade, they don't have a first-round pick this year, right?
That's so, hey, we were talking about this the last three. Remember, we saw those. We're hearing a lot of chatter about Khalil Mack being on that block.
Yeah, we've heard. Yeah, it's
Man, to be honest, I think any of these free agent QBs are going to look good with Chicago. I think that they would all make that team look better.
Cam would fit there. I see that.
Hey, man.
Cam would definitely be a fit.
Cam would fit what Nagy wants to do.
He's still a kid, man.
Who?
Trubisky, man. He's still a kid.
Drafted way too high. The fact, bro. Okay. The fact, bro, hold on. You traded up to draft this guy. One spot.
They went desperate. They
bro.
Listen.
Hold on.
That was a desperation pick.
Yo, who doesn't take Deshaun Watson just based off the college tape in that position, bro?
I know, right?
How is that even a debate?
I know.
This man just led Clemson
I know, right?
We can get into the nuance of that.
I get. You know what? Ball game. I heard Reed's story about how he found Mahomes. He told me the GM brought it to him and the quarterback's coach and said, yo, I need you to sit down and watch him. And the GM said to him, this is one of the best guys I've ever seen. So he put them onto it. Reed talked about this just after they won the Super Bowl. So I get, because he was at Texas Tech, we talked about the sexy school. I get he might have slid under your radar. But, how does Deshaun Watson – everyone should be fired. That whole scouting department, that GM who made that selection, bro.
Absolutely.
Dog, come on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Bro, Ray Charles would have made that selection, bro.
Absolutely.
Come on,
No.
You don't even have to break down film to see that, bro.
I don't know about Ray Charles, but I definitely do think Steve Wonder would have.
Them dudes mess up all the time, man.
Bro, that's not a mess up. That's your job, and you should be blacklisted from ever coming near a game film room ever in your life.
Well, we should be too. If that's the case, we should be we did the same bonehead move it up to go get Deion Jordan.
Yeah, but that's not a quarterback. That's not a guy.
We moved all the way up to go get a guy that.
But you know what? Hey, Ballgame, but you know what? We only gave up a second-round pick to make that move.
And never got anything from it.
We didn't give up.
Game break.
3 first-round picks.
I saw Derek Jones Jr. messing.
Game break. Did y'all just see that dunk?
Yes, I did.
Nasty.
Oh my God.
Listen, that's my sleeper pick.
I just had to stop it for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Andy's loving life.
He got a perfect 50. Oh my God. That's
respect on his name.
That's that 2K. Ooh. Anyway, yeah.
Killer. That was nasty.
Ooh, that was nasty.
Yeah, it was.
Came on that.
So would y'all even want Khalil Mack in Miami?
Yes. But not.
Absolutely.
I just can't forget. I can't forget the game. I can't forget the game that I went to with the Miami Dolphins versus Chicago Bears last year.
Juwan James handled in that game.
Yeah, it's crazy. He didn't even get a hurry in the game.
He was hurt though. He was hurt, to be honest with you.
I don't want to hear that crap.
He was hurt.
I don't want to hear that.
He had a hamstring issue.
His first year, the whole reason they were a Super Bowl contender his first year there was because of him. Like, he was a game changer.
He's a game wrecker. He's a game wrecker, bro.
I don't like
what have you done for me lately?
I don't want that cap hit. That's what I don't want.
What happened? Look at the Raiders getting out of this.
He makes quarterback money. And you know what's funny? Me and Ian were talking about this. You know what's hilarious about all this? The draft pick they used from the Khalil Mack trade, actually, when they selected the defensive end, Fernell or whatever his name is.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. You know what's Colin Farrell. You know what's funny? When you put him up against the guy they drafted later in the draft, Max Crosby, it's not even close. They found their feature, and then they put Max Crosby numbers up against Khalil. Max Crosby had a better year than Khalil.
Max Crosby.
He had a better year this year. He had a better year. He had a better
He was
year.
a good player. Don't get me wrong. That kid from Oakland, he was a good player. He had a good.
He had a better year this year.
He had a better year than Farrell, man.
Okay, but he ain't Khalil Mack, bro. Stop it.
Who said that?
No, I didn't say that. I just said he had a better year this year than Khalil.
We didn't say he was better than Matt.
No way. I'm not saying that.
We just said he was a lower pick, and he was better than Farrell, who they picked with the trade with the pick from the Bears.
But anyway, listen. I'm concerned. What scares me, I'm with Reason on this. What scares me is that cap hit. If his contract, if we can work out some sort of deal,
he makes quarterback money.
Yeah, he does. If we can work out some kind of deal with
contracts no more. Never again.
Same here.
If
That's
we
just
can work
backtracking, going back to what we used to do. I don't want to do that no more. I wouldn't.
Never again.
They would have to assume a ton of that money for me to think.
It's almost like, did we not learn from our lessons? It just, guys that come in on big I just want to spread the wealth to all the teams, all the players on the team, and have a well balanced team, man. You pay one guy, man, and you give him a big contract. He's not hungry anymore.
You don't give people that kind of money anymore.
I'm not. Well,
only player get that kind of money is Ryan Tannehill. Outside of that, no, man. Anyway, listen. I have
nobody even gave that a second thought. Nobody even chuckled, bro. That's ridiculous.
Because it wasn't to be funny. That's why.
Stop.
That's you think everything a jokey. What do you guys think about the Saints QB situation?
Bridgewater is he needs to. He deserves his shot pretty soon.
Somebody will come snatch him up.
I love Breeze.
They're in trouble.
Bridgewater's leaving. They're gonna want Breeze to stay. Taysom Hill wants.
Where Bridgewater going?
He's not saying. He's not saying he'll get paid.
Yeah, but he wants to be a starter.
Yeah, but he's gonna be starting there. Yo, Peyton came out and said that if Breeze leaves, Taysom Hill is a franchise guy moving forward.
But listen, if the Miami's gonna sit there and really be pursuing Teddy last year, what make you think they won't pursue him this year?
Because we got Fitzpatrick.
So what? They wouldn't try to bring Teddy in as a bridge.
What, bro? Why am I bringing?
They were not trying to bring Teddy in as a bridge. They were trying to give him a shot to actually earn a job.
That's true.
That was last year. Now we've got Fitz. We don't. A year changes things,
bro. So
exactly.
I think you're missing it. I think you're missing what we're saying here.
Played lights out in 5 games.
Yeah, Teddy's age, and how he's been playing. Why are we just automatically ruling out Miami doesn't say, hey, Teddy, come to Miami. We sign you on a 4-year deal.
Am I the only one who noticed that? Hold on. Am I the only
I know you don't want to hear it, and I know you don't like it, but let's be real here.
Hold on.
Let's go.
Let's stop. Hold on. Okay, bro. No. Let's stop acting like Teddy Bridgewater walked in and it.
Right?
They won, but don't sit here and act like Michael Thomas was still blowing up the world like how he was before Breeze got hurt and after Breeze came back. Yo, Bridgewater.
I'm not saying that.
I'm telling you right now, they've got Taysom Hill. If you saw how they used him in the playoffs, he was actually effective when they used him in the playoffs. He knows that mobile quarterback is the way they're going to go. Taysom Hill.
He's got a stronger arm. He's got a stronger arm.
That's the guy they've been grooming, man.
Y'all act like Teddy didn't do his thing in Minnesota.
I didn't say that. Injured. Yeah, but that was
so saying that he could be
not the same guy
quarterback is not far fetched. That's all we're saying.
He's not the same guy he was before that injury either. Let's not pretend.
And Teddy Bridgewater,
he's gonna go somewhere else and get like $20 million.
Hey, Teddy out here threatening Tua's position in Miami. Y'all don't like it.
He's not even. What are you talking about? Why are we even having this conversation?
Because reason you want to ignore it because you love Tua in Miami. You want to ignore it. You want to ignore that Teddy could actually be a future quarterback.
What was my answer? Hold on. You're misquoting me because what was my answer when you first?
I'm messing with you, bro.
We have Fitzpatrick.
Get him, Breezy. Get him.
You know what we're seeing from Fitzpatrick? Who does this remind you of right now? Because I already spoke to someone else about this on this panel earlier. Who does it remind you right now? Where's the parallel right now? You know what the parallel is? Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon did not have an MVP season until he was 37, okay? When he was 35, you started seeing Rich Gannon really turn a corner, and he became an elite thrower of the football. Now, let's document Fitzpatrick. Even though we're 5-11, the last 2 years, you've seen the best play from Fitzpatrick's career. We're literally having a late career resurgence to the point where we got this guy in the quarterback room running the meetings, okay, and then he's going to the field, and not only is he delivering when it comes to throwing the ball, he was our number one rusher last year. Why are you going to move off that?
All y'all talking about this Fitzpatrick now. All y'all are talking about all y'all.
Why would you waste money on Teddy Bridgewater?
Y'all ain't allowed to do that over here because all y'all talking.
Hold on. Points. This guy's got 13 points against the Cowboys. But let's go give Teddy Bridgewater $25 million when we don't.
Y'all sitting here praising Fitzpatrick when I was, before the season even started, said Fitzpatrick has this potential of having the best season of his career. And what did everybody say to me? What did everybody say to me?
I never said anything to you.
What did everybody say? Bro, you're delusional. He is who he is.
I never said that.
He is who he is.
I wasn't on the panel, not me.
TD, you didn't even have the panel before the season started, bro. Did you? Or did you?
I said he is who he is.
You didn't even have the panel before the start of the season, did you?
No, we had the panel. It was just a lot more smoother when you weren't on it. But
the only thing I've ever knocked Fitzpatrick for is every time before we got him, every game we played him, I had to hear about Harvard. That's the only thing I've ever said about. I got no problem.
I'm telling you, man, his game.
All I'm saying,
his game is so much more structured now, and that's the big. Over the course of the year, we talked about this. His game is so much more structured now.
Structured
is why you see
structured. How's it structured? He just dropped back and threw up. He just dropped back and threw up a whole bunch.
Man, stop, bro.
Ain't no structure.
Come on, man. You minimize.
Come on, man. Don't act like Ryan Fitzpatrick was out. Don't act like Ryan Fitzpatrick was out there carving up defenses, bro. He was.
Fitzpatrick did have a couple of games where he had a.
We had a low ceiling of expectations for the dude.
Everything Fitzpatrick was. Hold on. Everything Fitzpatrick did was on a broke down play. Stop acting like this man is sitting in the pocket making crazy reads.
Fitzpatrick right now. Let's talk about like that.
I don't believe this, man. Come on.
How many teams we want him to start?
Let's be real, man.
Listen, I'm being real. Y'all are trying to discount that man's contribution.
I'm not discounting him. I'm just saying.
I'm saying
y'all need to stop.
How many teams we want him now?
Well, let's not get away from the main subject here that we want to sit here and ignore. We back on Teddy Bridgewater because I ain't finna let y'all get away with this. Y'all are really sitting here acting like Miami wouldn't consider. They were literally going after this man, trying to offer him a multi-year deal. And he turned it down.
He turned us down.
He turned us down.
Yeah, but what does that matter? You're acting like the whole thing hasn't changed, man. You're acting like it's not a different year, man. Like
it doesn't, but okay, it is a different year.
But the same team.
Do you think that we won't?
Do
you think that we won't have any interest?
If we go after Bridgewater, we're getting rid of Rosen. I don't think because I know they're going to draft somebody. So I think if they do get Bridgewater, they're gonna get rid of Rosen.
And don't know that they could be going to get Bridgewater and looking for Teddy.
And just sit on the bench,
buddy. I'd rather keep Rosen at that cap hit. I'd rather keep Rosen as my backup.
Trust me, they're getting rid of Rosen regardless. He's done regardless.
If you bring in Teddy ain't sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and Teddy can run. He's gonna need to use them legs because as it is right now, you're gonna have to run, man.
I don't see it. Can we go to the next question? I don't see this Teddy Bridgewater connection.
All right. I'm just saying, I wanted to throw that out there because we had like 1 year removed just changes everything.
It does.
Okay.
They tried to
This makes no sense.
Chemistry. He's found chemistry with Devontae and in the room. Like, this guy's going to be groomed to be a coach.
No one said he was elite.
Fitzpatrick, they've already said that they want him back to be the starter, man.
All I'm saying is, with the worst running game in a 100-year history of the NFL, Ryan Fitzpatrick posted the 8th best overall QBR in the league. That's all I'm saying. That's structure, bro. That's not just throwing the ball up, closing your eyes and throwing the ball up. That's structure. But anyway, next question.
Timmy G in the Super Bowl. Are you saying Devontae
what games were you watching?
So we're discrediting what Devontae had to do to get
what games were you watching, bro? Like real talk.
Are we discrediting Devontae?
So you're telling me every throw he made to Devontae Parker was just he closed his eyes and threw the ball up made it a jump off situation? That's what you're telling me?
Bro.
Every throw he made, that's what you're telling me.
Just about.
Is that what you're telling me? Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Really? Come on, man. Stop. Y'all need to stop, bro.
He made some pretty nice big throws on that drive to beat the Patriots, man.
No difference for a quarterback, man. You actually praising Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro.
For 1 year, that's our bridge. We already have our bridge. We literally already have our bridge.
Yeah, now the Dolphins fan base, man, that we actually out here. Jesus. Okay.
Hey, man, I hope those Rich Gannon comparisons come to be true, Reason, because, hey, man, that means we had a good chance of going to the Super Bowl, man.
Say again.
But we actually win it, man. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, man. We get the O-line together.
I cannot believe y'all sitting here just trying to minimize what Ryan Fitzpatrick, his contribution this year. It's ridiculous.
I'm not minimizing his contributions, but you the one who's in here throwing out structure. You out here using the word structure, bro.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. I'm telling you, his game was so much more disciplined than we've seen in the past.
Like Tannehill's is more disciplined.
Oh my gosh,
I'll be honest. I seen him turn the corner right there at the end of the season.
Listen, TD, we talked about this over the course of the year. I told you that. Yeah, Tannehill's game was so much more. Did we not have the same conversation over the course of the year about Tannehill? In a private chat, in a private chat. So, yeah, that's true.
He's the GOAT. That's why.
It's a common thread.
I'm sorry.
What?
Man,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Listen, I want to ask y'all a question. How long more do you think Atlanta has with Matt Ryan?
He's what, 34? He's 34, right?
I could see last year potentially being his last game.
What?
I could see last year, next year being his last season with them. Like, they have to get young. And you think about, how the line stuck with Matthew Stafford, and when they had Calvin Johnson, you gotta, get Julio while Julio is still Julio. Like, I have no problems or quarrels with Matt Ryan. I think he's done what he was supposed to do. He has been mighty ice. He got his, franchise to a Super Bowl, and you cannot just, credit that. But eventually, with all these guys coming up, you have to be looking towards your future. And the NFC South needs to go through their oasis and their odyssey of getting younger too, because you got Drew Brees who's on his way out. Matt Ryan is old. You don't know what Carolina's doing, but they're trying to get young right now early. And then Tampa Bay, they're about to get young. So you're going to have to get who you got coming in next, getting ready and prepared to compete for the next couple of 10 to 15 years. You have to start thinking about it if you're Atlanta.
Julio,
one or two.
They missed their window. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, 32 years old, man.
Another team.
I wouldn't want to be in that position right now.
The offense is strong. Literally, the offense struggles on that team because of defensive deficiencies, man. Look at Tim
Coleman. He was productive with San Fran, but you let that guy go, and you keep, Freeman, who gets injured. So there's just some bad GM choices too.
Hold up. They didn't let him go. He didn't want to be there no more. They weren't
going to make him the number one option.
So they had already signed Freeman to his contract, so they were holding to Freeman. So Tevin's like, man, I'm not staying here. Play behind this guy when I know I can go somewhere and get some reps.
They about to cut Devontae Freeman as well.
Yeah. Tevin always got reps every year because Devontae gets hurt every year.
Right.
They're about to move off of Devontae Freeman as well.
Insanity. You seen that dunk?
Oh, that brings it up. So what I've heard is another thing I'm hearing is David Johnson. And I'm hearing him, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Buccaneers. And the package I'm hearing is David Johnson, a third and a fifth for cap savings and a seventh.
Yeah, he might go to the Bucs because Bruce Arians loves him.
TD.
He was healthy.
Highlight Joe B. and Williamson's comment, because I think that's hilarious.
Joe.
That's hilarious.
Good, homie. Shout out to Joe, baby.
Wait, why I gotta be Tanner? Wow.
Yo, at least I'm not on that list. Big. What am I? Don Shula? Holla at me.
Tell him to spell Cam Cameron right.
In other words, he doesn't think too highly of you guys as an out.
Yeah, that's your boy EM. That's the one who out here.
We all know Joe your cheerleader, so it don't take none of that. It is what it is.
I don't even know who that is.
He's from the same camp you're from.
Go ahead.
Joe, what's good, homie? You need to
bring Joe in here.
TD, drop that link. TD, drop that link, bro. Joe, baby. Out here.
Listen, man, we already got you in here. We already got you in here. We already dealing with enough.
TD, drop that link, homie. So Joe can speak. So Joe can bring that fire, baby. Come on, Joe.
He got to spell Cam Cameron right first.
You hear that, Joe? You hear that?
They not ready. Okay.
You say they're not ready. Hey, man, this is the best dunk contest of all time, I must say. I just had to say that, man. These two kids are like doing something I ain't never seen before, man.
50. You don't get 50, you're sober.
You're probably going to get it. All right, so next question I wanted to ask y'all about Matt Ryan is, would you take Matt Ryan in Miami?
No.
Well, if I could go back in a time machine when we had the chance to draft him, sure, but not now.
Yeah.
What, is he no good now or something? Or y'all just
Nah, I just want to stay away from the contract and stay young, man. Just stay the course and just keep doing what we're doing, man.
I will say this. For the people who think that Ryan Fitzpatrick should be our starter next year, I don't want to hear that you would not take Matt Ryan, because what is he, a little bit younger? He's been to a Super Bowl, actually. He knows how to utilize a big receiver. Ryan Fitzpatrick has been more effective with speed wide receivers, and I think that's why it took the time for him and Parker to get that little chemistry thing going, and then Parker being on the field more. But don't say you won't take a guy like Matt Ryan if you're big on fit.
Of course I won't be, because you're talking about a guy who's got like a $30 million cap hit. So of course I'll say no. I don't want to take that
part of it. I'm talking about for talent.
Part. That means something, man.
I'm talking about the talent part of it. I was talking about the talent.
That's why. That's why people are going to say
nobody is thinking, oh my gosh, how much is Matt Ryan going to cost us? Yeah, you have to think about that. But I'm saying talent-wise, if you're willing to say you want Fitz to start next year, I'm saying solely talent-wise. Don't sit here and tell me you would not take him based off of his talent. That's it. Not the money. I get you on that. Because like I said, rabbit holes. I get you on that. But I'm saying talent. His ability to throw the ball solely.
Hey, you see that? You see that message down at the bottom?
You could be a talented player, but
I wondered that at one point.
It is. That's EM twiddling them fingers off camera.
No. I don't see why. You know who that is, ball game. That's you know exactly who that is. Stop it. You know exactly who that is.
I don't know. I know who Keaton is. I don't know who Joe is.
Last time he was on here, he gave you the blues, homie. He gave who
the blues?
You and TD.
How?
I don't even.
He destroyed y'all this debate.
Your alter ego.
I've never been destroyed in a debate, so you got me misinformed.
He talking about his alter ego.
Yeah, okay. Joe, shout out to you, homie. Go on and jump on here, man. Come on. We got room for you, bro. We got room for you.
What's up, Esteban?
Hey, brother, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, man, I just want to tell you thank you and all you guys, man. I love y'all, man. I had a death in the family, and I was at a funeral today, and this is like therapy for me. I got to get off because I got family here. Mm-hmm. But I'm out of town right now. But this was awesome, y'all. So
all right, man. Sorry to hear about your loss, though, bro. Hit me up, all right?
Man, have a good night, bro. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. I'm good, and
love you, man. Be safe.
Sending positive energy your way either way, bro.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man.
I handle EM for you, man.
I check out the rest of the stream later, but peace out, y'all.
All right,
take it easy, bro. Good night.
That's what's up, man. It's always good to hear whenever moments like this can be therapy for others, man.
Joe, we got a spot open, baby. We got a spot open for you, homie.
Man, you can't be on the camera twice.
Let's go 50.
Joe, we got a spot for you, homie.
You can't be on the camera twice, bro.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I hear you.
Wow, they cheated my boy. 48.
Hey, so
anyway, next question, TD.
Primary free agent targets, guys. What's on your mind? Free agent targets. What are the primary free agent targets?
Offensive line.
I actually, the guy that me and EM watched that, like, I've been talking about, I didn't even know before EM talking about him, that Travis Wingfield, he actually put out a tweet today and said that, Joe Thuney to Miami might not really be as big of a lock anymore since that whole O'Shea and Skolamski connection is gone, and because now that that's gone, how badly do they want to pay him? Because everyone pretty much understands that he might set the market. So without that connection still around, are they still he basically fielded the question, are they still as sold on setting the market with a guy like that with his connection no longer inside the organization?
I don't see why. I don't see why. Flores is still the head coach. You know what I mean? So the connection is still there. Okay, I get. There might be a shift in. Is that my boy Joe? Oh, but,
that's Shake Money. Turn your phone to the side, Shake Money. The landscape.
What's good, Holly?
Shake Money running. That's what he doing.
How you doing?
Shake,
what's up, Shake?
I got my hat.
Love it.
Ooh, he got that heat hat, man. Y'all, oh Lord.
Hey, but I still look Dolphins, baby.
All day.
I'm everything.
Is he really about to try to dunk over this dude?
If he do it, he won.
He did it.
You know what I mean?
Y'all must be behind because he did it.
305 except for UM.
I'm streaming on my phone because my TV's over there.
Y'all killing. I got the slam dunk competition recorded. Y'all killing me over here, giving it away.
Yeah, but at least you can go back and watch a pretty good contest. I will say that, bro.
It's the best you ever seen, TD.
It's the best I ever seen because these two kids at the end actually doing it all.
Which kids? Which kids?
Just wait, don't spoil it.
Yeah, you'll see, man. I'm actually shocked.
Clearly.
I'll just say ain't no generic stuff, bro.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
They putting they athletic prowess on display like no other, man.
Chance the Rapper wilding out on the court and everything too.
I would say that, but my heart is still partial to Zach LaVine versus Aaron Gordon. That 1 year where they just brought out everything, that to me is always gonna.
Bro, all I gotta say.
More about their height, but not more about the
Vince Carter, baby.
None of them would. No, none of them could be in the old school.
That's my boy. Yo, people don't realize, bro. We had McGrady. Yo, man, we were so stacked. If we didn't ship out McGrady, man.
Oh, he lost.
Nothing tops that MJ. That MJ.
How did he lose?
Duel, though.
But you know why? Because he didn't clear him all the way.
Yeah, he touched him.
He touched him. You can't.
He lost by 1 point. He lost by 1 point.
First thing I said in my mind is that this could be his demise. If he clears this, he won. If he doesn't, you aim too high.
Next question, please.
Let's go. Pete.
Oh man, my bad. It was just, man, come on, man. This man looked like he 8 feet tall, and I know he didn't clear him, but it's like dunking on his head. But anyway, man, next question,
next question, please.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Next.
Anyway,
can y'all please stop giving it away? Please.
Maybe you should be watching it real time while you streaming. See, maybe you need to.
Well, I wasn't supposed to be. I was supposed to be somewhere else at this time. That's why I had it on record. But
yeah, man, what's up, man? Hey, EM, you know what I'm talking about? Are you standing somebody up right now?
No. I'm good.
All right, just making sure that ain't even cool, man. That ain't even cool.
No, hell no, I'm good.
All right.
All right.
We ain't gonna leave to about 11 anyway, so it's all good. It's all good.
I'll be real lonely.
No. It's just a family gathering anyway. So they'll be partying until about 5 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So
that's how the Tagovailoas get down. Okay. All right, so I want to go across. I want to go through everybody real quick, and I want to get y'all take. What's your ideal picture of this offseason? And we want to start with reason and go across. I mean, ideal. I don't care whoever you love. What is ideal but realistic for you this offseason?
My ideal offseason would be, I've given a scenario where we could basically, if we draft a tackle, a center and a guard, we think are legitimate, or that we've seen that could be legitimate day one starters or franchise guys. And then we also, we talked about, I'm still in on Tooney. I'm still on Andres Peets. I'm still in on Brandon Schreff. And if we can get that along with figure out the right tackle situation, as well as adding a guy who can set the edge and pass rush, even two guys, that's fine with me. And we figure out our quarterback situation, that to me is our ideal offseason. I think the trenches in the quarterback situation are what we need to know. We need to have some sort of semblance of where we're heading in the future with those things come the first day of training camp. I mean, that's at least what I believe.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, I hope. Listen, as long as it leaves us winning, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, man. Ball game. What is your ideal off season for the Miami Dolphins? And everybody, make sure you hit that like button. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to TD Fans Talk. We're on our way to 7,600. Subscribe to the channel now. Ball game. Talk to us, man. What's ideal?
Since I know that we're not in a position to be contending for a championship just yet. Build the trenches, first and foremost. I don't care what quarterback it is at this point, but if we can't protect them, it doesn't matter. So find guys that are willing to come in and be a part of learning. I don't care what you did. I mean, I care what you did where you was at previously, but you're here now. So come in willing to learn, put in the work, and get better as a unit. Individual stats and all that stuff got to go out the window, man, because if you start from ground zero, everybody got to be about the same message and about the same movement at the same pace. So no outliers. Find quality guys. I don't care. It doesn't have to be the top guys, but guys that are willing to grit it out and just do their job. And if we can find those type of guys, I think that's a success in free agency. Draft well, don't reach. Draft well and don't reach. Take the best player available at the positions at the picks when it's time. If your guy's gone, don't settle for the next guy just because you missed your guy. Take the next player available, the best player on the board that's available, and solidify the picks, because we're not gonna have this type of draft capital. Probably won't have it like this ever. I mean, it'll be hard pressed to find an opportunity where we're gonna actually have this type of draft capital again, and just make smart decisions and give us 3 more wins.
Let's do it, baby.
Hey, I'm gonna be first to tell anybody. I'll be feeling very, very good about 8-8 season.
I've said that multiple. I'm 110% in the board with you on board with the ball game. I've said that 8-8 would be such a massive victory that people don't even understand.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, shout out to Michael Simmons with the $10 PayPal donation. We appreciate you, homie. We love you for that one, man. Man, so Finsanity, talk to us. What's ideal?
Nope. Oh, wait. Who is that? Okay.
What's the ideal off season for you?
I didn't know if somebody was coughing their season, so God bless you if you did. Yeah, let's solidify this offensive line. Let's get I'm trying to get a B+ in the draft, and A- would be good, but at least getting a B+ in the draft grade would be really great for me. It'll show me that Chris Greer, who people have not been high on, did his thing, and we're moving in the right direction. We've addressed the positions that we needed. Also, let's get a guy that when they put their hands on the quarterback, they actually tackle him. Like, how many times have we had a sack on a guy, and next thing you know, they're just out of it? Now, granted, the ref could have called the whistle.
Fundamentals.
Right, but let's actually get that in free agency or in the draft. But that's ideal for me. Solidifying our offensive line. I would like to get an answer on our quarterback situation. Are we doing it this year or next year? Because those are the two options. So having a defined goal and vision, because our front office has been very vague about their plans, and you kind of have to be in off season. But can we see where they're trying to steer our franchise to after this offseason, and we get into the mini camps and all that? Because it's about time. We have so many hypotheticals out there that we could run down various scenarios of what this team could be doing, and it's because we don't know the vision. So hopefully that's clear, so we as a fan base can be a little bit more structured and a little bit more settled, because I feel like right now we're not settled as a fan base or a franchise, because we don't know the vision. I believe our front office does, but they're not trying to let the cat out the bag too soon. So let's do that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hey, EM, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us, homie.
Hey, 32nd in rushing offense, 31st in run defense. I mean, I'm not going to try to complicate this at all. We all know what our issues are. Okay, obviously, so it's I would rather, ideally, I think we can find day one. We can find day one starters, I believe. I mean, we can find them in the draft too, but I want guys that for sure. I want guys that have NFL experience. Okay. I want to address the interior, in particular the interior, through free agency, because I think the tackle class is a lot deeper than people realize, and we can find a starting quality, competent tackle, later in the first round, maybe at the top of the second. So, we've talked about the individual players. Joe Tooney on the left side. Me personally, I think if we select Jack Conklin from Tennessee, start him at right tackle, kick Jesse Davis back inside. I think Jesse Davis is an adequate. He can be a, slightly above average to above average. Maybe that's his ceiling, is above average guard. And really, to be honest with you, that's really all you need. And me personally, I would start cross training Michael Dieter as a center. If you research his background at Wisconsin, he is extremely versatile. Okay, he might be limited as far as his, as far as his strength is concerned. He don't have NFL strength yet, but he's extremely athletic. Okay, so I think we should try. I think they should entertain that, cross training him as the center, because he's got that in his background. Coming out, out of Wisconsin. So yeah, and I think you do that with Tooney on the left side, and then whichever tackle you deem worthy, as far as at 18, or I'd rather address tackle at 26, depending on who falls. But that might be pushing a little bit. But yeah, rushing offense, run defense, and I told you, I've been banging the table for Michael Pierce all year long. If you start in the middle, there's a definite need for an upgrade. Michael Pierce, this kid Hargraves from Pittsburgh, Danny Shelton, that profile is what I deem ideal in the middle of this defense. And you start there addressing that run defense. And I think we should overall, I just want solid contributors, to be honest with you. But if Clowney is there, if a talent like Jadeveon Clowney or even a Matthew Judon, a Calvin, or I think is a solid investment. You target those players because, again, if you address the nose tackle position and if you address an edge player that excels in setting the edge in this 34 defense, I think that would, in our run defense overnight, will go from 32nd or 31st, whatever it is it's ranked, to maybe, to the midway point, 16, 17, 15 or whatnot. And that would immensely improve our team. With the offensive production that we got last year with the lack of running game, if we can just, if we make those additions on the offensive line and we can just get 3.5 yards per carry, I'm telling you, Fitzpatrick we could be sitting here next year talking about Fitzpatrick having a Pro Bowl year next year. With our skill position players, I truly and I firmly believe that 100%. And these are very likely scenarios to come to fruition. I mean, these are realistic options that I just highlighted. And if the free agency unfolds that way, I'm telling you, 8-8 is extremely, extremely realistic.
Bro, for Fitzpatrick to have an all-star season, you don't think we're going to the playoffs? I mean, a Pro Bowl season?
Well, it's possible, but I'm just saying, I don't want to set the bar too high. I'm just saying 8-8 is a successful season. And also my number one, and also I forget my number one, what this year has at the start of the season and the way it is now, this year was all about securing Tua Tagovailoa's draft rights.
The left arm of God.
We do, that is the icing. That is what this year has been about. So Miami, Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, Brian Flores, Stephen Ross, please get it done. Get it done. That's all I gotta say is get it done.
I have a question.
Reason said the left arm of God.
I have a question to follow up on TD's question.
In God's hips.
To EM, Reason, Mr. Ballgame, Shake.
You're a hater, TD.
Huh?
But the TD's a hater.
So, with Ian's scenario, I guess with Fitzpatrick being a Pro Bowler and us going 8-8, right? How do you guys think if we fix this, how we will do in the division round? Because I mean, not only do we have to play this tough schedule, so does every team in our division. So, what do you think we're going to look like in our division? Are we going to be? I don't see it before.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
When he said Pro Bowler, I didn't even think playoffs. All I thought was 9-7 and a winning record. I didn't actually think playoffs. Like literally, the first thought as soon as he said that was 9-7. Like they're 2 games over 500 or whatever. You know what? It worries me because the Bills, their trajectory. I will be honest, it has impressed me. There's a team that's every year incrementally got better, you know what I mean? Even as the season has progressed, while we're watching here, and I can give you a better answer when we know what happens with Brady.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because let me ask you this, Finsandy. You know what I've been hearing? So we were talking about Hunter Henry earlier. So right. I've heard that like they're not going to let him walk, that they're going to franchise tag him. That's why they're letting Gordon walk. So if they can't get it done, but what I am hearing is AJ Green.
Yeah.
And if they get a guy, let's say they strike out an AJ Green, who's to say that they don't go back and hit the market? And who did they try to get at the trade deadline, but they settled for Mohamed Sanu? They tried to get Emmanuel Sanders. So who's to say if they go out and get an Emmanuel Sanders or an AJ Brown, he's staying 110%.
AJ Green, yeah.
But again,
and then I'm worried because we saw what he did against us in one game with an Antonio Brown type of football. And Emmanuel Sanders reminds me of a better Brandon Cooks. And Cooks had some good years there, so that would kind of worry me a little bit. And if they got AJ Green, now I'm seriously worried because watch AJ Green come in, and all of a sudden they're going to start running the ball again, and then we're going to be worried.
That's a 32-year-old AJ Green.
I'm sorry.
That's I think he's 31 now. He'll be 32 when the season starts.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the name I'm hearing right now is AJ Green, man. I hear that's
I'm not scared.
top of their wish list.
At this point, I'm not afraid AJ Green, he does nothing for me. I'm not.
Oh, when he's
scared of
healthy,
AJ Green.
brother. When he's healthy,
Well, you better be worried about him if Xavier Howard guarding him.
Okay.
Oh man.
Shake Money, you ain't off the hook, man. You ain't off the hook, Shake Money. Talk to us, man.
Shake
Money.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Shake Money, talk to us, man. What you think about the all season, man? What are you what's ideal for you?
But first, before I do that, let me give a shout out to the Heat for the Slam Dunk Championship, Derek Jones Jr. Hey, this Saturday.
And skills competition, Bam Adebayo.
You had to give it away.
Let me ask this. You're a Heat fan, right? Who was the first Slam Dunk champion for the Miami Heat?
Hold on, wait a minute. I am a Dwayne Wade to present time Heat fan. I'm not a Heat
fan. You won't know.
I'm not going to say anybody.
You could have said Ryan Tannehill. I mean, that's the right answer.
Let me ask you, it's Harold Miner was the first Slam Dunk championship. Baby Jordan.
Thank you for that.
Harold Miner was the first Slam Dunk champion.
I will process that. Thank you.
No problem. But hey, before we do that, I'm gonna get you. I have one hope that they do draft Stanford Samuels III from the Seminoles. That's what I hope they draft. I don't care where they draft him. I just hope they draft him because
hold on, you a Seminoles fan?
My grandfather was my math teacher in Carroll City.
Oh, okay. You a Seminoles fan or a UM fan?
Huh? I'm a Gator fan.
Oh, okay. I guess you're right in the middle, huh?
Yeah.
So talk to us, man. Ideal for free agency.
Ideal. I'm with EM. I think this team is shaping up to be like the Denver defense in Super Bowl 50, where the edge rushers will be from the linebackers. So I would hope that they would address the trenches and then get your skill positions in the draft, and and I would like to, like I said, hope that there would be an honest and true competition between Rosen and Tua. I still love Tua, but I haven't given up on Rosen either. So I would hope that the real winner takes all, and the loser becomes a good draft asset. And that's my hope.
The problem with that is only one of them is going to be able to actually compete this year.
I'm not talking about they're not going to compete this year. They're going to compete next year when Fitzpatrick is out of the picture.
And Rosen's
you know what? Hey, I think Tua realistically, if he were, now I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Oh, don't say it to him. Stop, man. He's not playing this
show.
Hang on. He, as far as health wise, the way the trajectory that his health is on right now, he will be capable of playing. I'm not saying I would do it, but he will be capable. He will be capable 100% by what? I would even say maybe even August.
I've heard September.
You know what I mean?
I've heard September.
So,
so if he go out there and get hurt, y'all gonna be the main ones saying you rushed him back too early.
No,
what did I just say? What did I just say? I'm not saying I would do that, but I'm saying he will be capable.
No, but regardless, if he's capable, it means he's 100% ready, and any injury after that has nothing to do with the previous.
And somebody gonna leak it saying that he's ready, that he can play, and then the fan base gonna be like, play Tua. He gonna go out there and get hurt worse.
He'll be
what?
You know what? I will say
100% by the season starts. He'll be 100%.
I think you know what? The things I like here is I don't think Flores is the type that would give into that kind of pressure, man.
We hope.
No.
I think he has. Man. I think if anyone's earned time, it's Flores after last year. So
anybody they selected sitting for a year, regardless.
Man,
whether it's
you know what, guy?
whether it's Herbert, whether it's Love, they're sitting for a year.
Even if we traded up, let's say we traded up for the Bengals and we drafted Joe Burrow and Ross got his wish, I would still come on the panel and say, this guy needs to sit all year.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah. But at the end of the day, these dudes are one with their jobs on the line.
No, you're right. We talked about it
the people buying the tickets to fill up the stands also matter. So they look at all of that stuff.
Well,
Fitzpatrick earned the year.
Jones was supposed to sit too.
Ryan
Fitzpatrick look at what I've always said.
The year starter.
Look what I've said. What have I said? One of the things against Rosen that's out of his hands is what? No one in the NFL gives you time anymore, from the fan base up to
I know.
So it looks like, you know what? Even if Rosen isn't the guy, at least it looks like Flores is giving him time. You know what I mean? At least it looks like Flores isn't like bashing him and openly putting his foot down on his throat. So, I mean, I'll go off that, I guess. I can only pray we're not stupid enough. And I'm pretty confident saying they're not stupid enough.
I know one quarterback that ain't gonna have to sit this year, and that's Teddy Bridgewater when we go ahead and pick him up.
Can I ask you guys a hypothetical right quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How would you feel if they converted Jerome Baker into a hybrid strong safety? What separates him what's the difference between him physically between him and
Bobby
G5?
Oh,
they're both about. I think he's a little faster than G5. They both cover well. They're both about the same size. So what's the? You know what I'm saying? What would you feel about him becoming an in the box safety?
I never considered it.
That's a lot.
You know something? Hey. I told y'all when we had this conversation about him and Isaiah Simmons, they are very similar players. Very similar. I think I've heard this conversation being mentioned, I think, a couple streams back, I believe. But they are similar players. Height, weight, speed wise, they are very similar. And who knows, Jerome Baker might flourish in that role. But again, what are you gonna do with Eric Rowe? Eric Rowe is already in that the only question I have is, well, where do you move Eric Rowe at this point?
Well, they usually stay with three safeties. So one thing is he'll have you out there as, let's say, he'll have Eric Rowe as safety. That's his title. But at the same time, you don't know if he's going to be a nickel cornerback or he's playing safety. He doesn't know. He won't let you know that, but he'll give you a title. This is what your title is. But at the same time, sometimes when the player is running, you don't know what he's playing. Sometimes you'll move him to the nickel. Sometimes you'll move him to he'll stay a strong safety. So that's the beauty of his defense. You don't know what he's going to do.
And I would say, Rashad Jones filled that role for a number of years, obviously. But I mean, you can make the argument that Jerome Baker is just as athletic as Rashad Jones. I've never doubted Jerome Baker's athleticism. I just said he's just playing out of position. So what did I say? Move him to a different role. Find another role for him. He might flourish in that role.
You might be surprised that they don't have Jerome Baker rushing off the edge at times. I mean,
well, they had him rushing this year. I mean, everybody, you have in this defense, you have to be able to do everything. I'm just saying they require. If you go back and you listen to Brian Flores, the more the more things you can do for us, you will command a larger percentage of the snap count. You have to be doing it, but they prioritize the run defense before everything else. That's been my point consistently. So Jerome Baker, he might flourish. Jerome Baker is extremely athletic. People sleep on his athleticism. He is very athletic. So he might flourish in that role. Who knows? But the only question I have is, where do you move Eric Rowe at that point? I don't want to see Eric Rowe. I don't want to see Eric Rowe back on the boundary again. I don't want to see that. I'm still having nightmares of that. But leave him in the box. Let him cover running backs. Let him buzz the flats and cover running backs out of the backfield and cover tight ends. I don't want to see him on Odell Beckham anymore. I don't want to see him on Antonio Brown anymore, especially Antonio Brown. We remember that? Y'all remember how that looked? I don't want to see that again, bro.
All right, man. It's let me give my ideal offseason, man. And don't think that I'm joking here. I'm dead serious.
No, Tua, one. All right, I did the first one for you.
If here's my ideal offseason in the free agency. No, in free agency we handle that O-line. We go ahead and put all our marbles in free agency in the O-line. All right. and bring in one we bring in a nose tackle and we bring in a defensive end that's legit. And everything else in free agency is O-line. Nothing more, nothing less. And I mean that. Just all
Absolutely.
out. Just a nose tackle that's legit.
TD, are we in agreement, bro? Damn. Are we in it for once? Are we agreeing? Are we aligned?
Let me finish before we
wow.
Let me finish before we get all right. So in free agency, I want a nose tackle and an elite defensive end because it doesn't look like Chase Young is going to be an opportunity for us. Okay. And I also want to take care of that O-line. Go ahead and free agency and grab your guards, grab you one of the other tackles. It doesn't have to be both, but I want you to get both of them guards in free agency if you can. Mm-hmm. Get both guards and one tackle. So really, that's 5 players in free agency that I want. Nose tackle, defensive end that's really good, and 2 guards and a tackle. I don't care if it's left or right, okay? That's my free agent shop list. I don't care what else we get. Now, I would like a corner. But I wouldn't mind going in the draft for that either, but I would like a corner. So if I was to go 6 players in free agency, nose tackle, defensive end, 2 guards, a tackle, and a cornerback. Done. I don't care nothing else about free agency.
You know something
that's smart money. That's smart money. That's smart money.
And you know something, TD? That's extremely realistic, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That is extremely realistic.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Matthew Judon.
Well, hey, any option. I don't care. Long as it's going to get the job done. That's how I feel, okay?
Agreed.
Now, this is where I'm probably going to confuse some people, and y'all don't think I'm trolling and just trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. Here comes the draft.
Here comes Tua. Uh-oh.
At number 5.
Wait for it.
Oh, Lord. At number 5, I would literally actually, now this is only if I can't trade out of the pick. If I can't trade out of the pick to get more assets, I would draft Tua Tagovailoa at number 5 at this point. And it ain't because of what reasoning. Okay. No, it's not the same reason, y'all. Because at the end of the day, I gotta be fair here. At the end of the day, can I finish, please?
Wow.
Can I finish, please, so you can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying?
I think
because
if
I can't trade out of the pick, I'm going to take the best asset that's coveted by other teams. Okay. That doesn't mean I can't trade out and trade this kid away for more assets. But even if we're stuck with him, I don't want Josh Rosen to become the next Tannehill and have no competition or not even given that fair competition. Okay. And I know these guys are just writing Josh Rosen off, but I'm not. Okay. If I can't trade out of that pick, I'm going Tua Tagovailoa at number 5 at this point, because of the value. Number 18, I'm right back on that O-line. I'm right back on the O-line with another tackle, whatever opposite tackle that I didn't get. Okay. Number 26, I'm grabbing me a running back. Mm-hmm. I'm grabbing one of the best available running backs, whoever that is on the board at that time. And
I think you can get quality at the top of the second.
You
round.
Regardless, I ain't taking the chance.
Comparable quality.
Well, let me put it like this: the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because
TD would probably have the pick of his litter at
this point. Yeah, at this point, I have already secured my O-line. I have my pass rusher, and I'm going ahead and getting me a running back to either leapfrog Balaj or compete with him. That's my guy, and Laird.
Yeah. Only where I would differ at 18. Only where I would differ at 18, even though I addressed that,
26.
18. Even though I addressed edge rusher in free agency, with possibly Clowney or Judon or Veno or whoever they select, whoever they sign, I'm doubling up at 18 with a pressure player, either Gross Matos. Hopefully, Epinesa falls. Hopefully, Gross Matos is sitting there. I'm addressing 18 with a pressure player as well. I'm doubling up.
Here's why I'm not doubling up, because again, I'm not viewing this whole picture as a 1-year process. I'm viewing it as 2.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
So
I'm reviewing this whole thing because the one thing that I want to go for broke on is the O-line, so that if we go for broke and get 5 O-linemen that are legit, if 2 of them don't work out, I'm ready to go ahead and replace those 2 next year. But I don't want to go with 2 O-linemen right now and say we'll get the others next year, and one of those 2 don't even work out. You know, I'm going for broke on the O-line.
I hear you, but again, what I'm saying it's the same. It's the same scenario with offensive line. It's considered deep, and if the drop off is minimal between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you can get comparable quality.
Yeah, but the thing is, no, hold on. The tackle, once you get to Austin Jackson and stuff, the tackle is very kind of top heavy. It is like 6, 7. It's 6 or 7 guys, but it's the guards. It's the guards where you're gonna find in the 3rd, 4th, 5th that could start day 1. It's not the tackles.
Well, let me say this.
But again, if you got 6 or 7 tackles that are graded comparably, you can find that quality in the top of the 2nd round or with that last 1st round pick.
Well, let me say this, EM, because you're advocating for that defensive end, that next one, right? Listen, I'm banking on Taco Charles to be that 1st round pick whenever you have that secure nose tackle, when you got Godchild and Christian Wilkins opposite, and you got that one defensive end in free agency that's shutting that one side down. I'm banking on Taco to actually be the best player he's been in his career. Once you got a line, think about that line.
But TD, the thing about hold on. The thing about you taking an offensive tackle at 18 and why it makes the most sense is because I think the problem is, you got the Giants, you got the Cardinals, you got the Browns, all before 10, and those are guys who are legitimately going to take, the top 3 tackles. So by 18, I said there's 6 or 7 guys. We could be on the 5th guy by 18.
Well, that's true. That's
your problem. That's what the problem lies, I think.
Well, you do have to adjust your board accordingly to what's available. I'm saying, if the board doesn't fall that way, if we see quality tackles slipping, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're not going to know until draft day how the board falls. But
here's my thing though. I mean, from the 3rd through the 7th round, I'm getting depth in all these positions and projects, trying to make these guys starters. And with this coaching staff, I think we can turn some of those into diamonds, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But furthermore, listen, man, I think with the plan that I just outlined, because we know Tua, if we did draft Tua, he wouldn't be playing. And I think that'll give
TD real quick. Like you brought up Taco Charlton's name as far as you projected him to have a breakout year next year. Remember this name. You probably, and I'm sure I'm gonna get all kind of people gonna come at me, and y'all probably gonna roll your eyes and whatnot. But Jonathan Ledbetter, if you recall, preseason, in that Baltimore game, he graded out as higher than anybody in the run game. He had a sack and he had a pressure before he got hurt. They were extremely high on him coming into the season last year. So
no one's talking about Zach Seiler, who we picked up too, right? Baltimore too,
Exactly.
So here's my point. That's why I'm not going too deep on the DN, because I really want to give the guys that we've picked up and that we have the opportunity to see if they can flourish. Yeah. Because if we go double up on the 1st round pick, those guys aren't even really going to realistically get a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm looking. Well, again, it all depends. In my opinion, it's just about the evaluation. If they have that, if a Gross Matos or a Epinesa slips to 18 and they got that high of an evaluation on, you select them. And also that's a good point. Reason Zach Seiler. That's the reason why I don't think they address another 3 tech in free agency, especially investing that kind of money in, because he's that quality depth behind Christian Wilkins and Devon Godchild. That's a very good point, which is why
they moved him around a lot in Baltimore.
They moved him around a lot. You saw the impact he had on the last 3-4 games of the year that that he played when he got quality he got quality reps.
Another
that's why I don't think no to Little Williams, no to all of these other, the guy from Eric Armstead from San Francisco, no. They've got a quality piece sitting right there, quality depth sitting right there. That's why I think they address nose tackle as opposed to another 3 tech.
So let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thoughts with saying this, man. I know y'all say 8-8, man, but I feel like if we did the things that I just mentioned, 8-8 would be an underachievement. I think that an overachievement would be 11-5, and a realistic achievement would be 10-6, and an underachievement would be 8-8. 9-7 and 10-6 is more realistic to me, because think about it, y'all. I know the only thing that I feel like coming against us is camaraderie and building that chemistry. But think about it. If you get that solidified nose tackle, you get that defensive end rushing on the end, you got Raekwon playing at a high level, you got Xavier Howard healthy, hopefully, and Nick Needham coming into that role, plus the other cornerback that I mentioned we got in free agency that's legit. I understand we still got to look at the safety position and get some more, assurance, because I know all we have right now from a mental standpoint is Eric Rowe, but I'm not even, upset about that. But on the offense, with what I just said, fixing that O-line, having a running back that's young and explosive, having the receivers I feel are good enough, and even if it's Fitzpatrick or Rosen with the good O-line, guys, we could win games. And I'm not talking about the 5. I mean, we talk about how we won 5 games this year. Let's get it straight. 2 of the 11 games we lost, we should have very well won.
I would say 3.
I wanted to be generous. I wanted to throw 3 out there, but I wanted to be generous.
3. And that put us at 8-8. That would put us at 8-8
this year. All the injuries that we sustained.
Yeah.
So that alone, technically, we could have very well had a 7-9, 8-8 season this year, but it didn't work out that way. I think, and again, this means everything is hitting on all cylinders. But we can reach the 10. We can reach that number 10. I think that we can in that scenario. Time will tell. But what I like about the scenario that I gave is the fact that drafting Tua Tagovailoa at number 5 gives you options. We already know he's not an option in year 1. Whether he's going to be healthy or not, I think we all agree he's going to have to sit anyway.
But with the options,
which we don't, and then the options that it gives us is, if Rosen can't beat out Fitzpatrick this season, then enough is said. I think we all can agree on that.
Facts.
If Rosen can't beat out Fitzpatrick this season, enough said. And then that means that in 2021, Fitzpatrick will no longer be on this team. Tua Tagovailoa will be taking over, and Rosen may either be a backup or will be going on the market to find the backup.
And guess what? When I've said this scenario that you're talking about right now, what else have I always added to this? Don't forget, we're also going to have another free agency and another draft before he even takes the reins.
But here's where the wrench gets thrown in. Rosen does beat out Fitzpatrick. We do win 8 games. We do win 9, or we do win 10. And you got Tua Tagovailoa sitting there, and you see an actual improvement in Rosen's game. What do? You
got to go with the coaching staff's evaluation of who their best option is, and then trade the other one.
If Rosen pulls that off, it's highly unlikely that he will.
But if he does,
you got to go. You have to go with the hot hand, bro. If you see
in 2021, I'm talking.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. If he pulls that off, that's what I'm talking about. In 2021, if he pulls that off, if you see that kind of improvement, I mean, that's like if you see that kind of improvement in his game, you have to go with the hot hand, bro. Tua will become.
But what do you do with Tua at that point?
That's what I just said. He becomes a trade asset.
That's why I was, and that was the general purpose of me saying I would draft him at 5 at this point if I can't trade out, because I can't let that value walk and not get something for it if that goes down the way I said it.
It'll be the same scenario with Rosen last year. Well, I think you would be able to get a first round for Tua. But if Josh Rosen, and I've always said that from the beginning, I would much rather Rosen would have came in and flourished this year. That way we don't have to worry about we can use all of those other picks to address our team. I've been consistent about that. But he's not. I'm just going by what I see. I'm being objective.
I ain't never heard that, but okay.
Okay, that's fine. Listen. I'm being objective, and I'm going by what the tapes tells me, what the film tells me. He is not the dude. He is not the guy. Could anything is possible in the NFL? Could he have a Kurt Warner type season? He might.
Tannehill type season.
He might do that, but it's highly unlikely, bro. But again, to answer your question, to address your question, if he is able to pull that off, Tua becomes, as much as I would hate it, but Tua becomes a draft asset at that point. Because Rosen's proven, if he does that, he's proven to me, okay, you have tangible evidence that you can point to and say, well, damn, this guy can do it. This guy has done it. Tua becomes a draft asset at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been consistent about that from day one. I want elite play.
Hey, Andre Negro said you never said that.
I want elite play at that position. I don't care what color, what size, what they run in the 40. I want elite play at that position after 7 years of Ryan Tannehill and 20 years since Dan Marino retired. I want elite play. I have been consistent about that from day one. I can give a flip what these idiots in the comments are saying. I can give a flip about that. I know what I said. I have been consistent since day one. I'm just telling you, Rosen is not the guy at this point. What I've seen, what he has consistently put on tape at UCLA, what he consistently put on tape in Arizona, and what he consistently put on tape in Miami, he is not that guy. And I've been consistent about that since day one. But I want elite play from that position. I could care what color or whatever. I just want elite play at that position. And I've been consistent since day one on that point. I can give a flip with what somebody's saying I didn't say. I know what I said. I know what I've been consistent about.
And let me ask you this.
You never said that. I mess with you.
Okay.
Let me ask you OJ Howard, he's up for trade, and the asking price is a second round pick. Will y'all pull the trigger?
Oh,
it really is.
I've been saying that since day one. Please, Lord. I told y'all. I think I've disclosed this in the past about my prayer request every night about it concerning Tua. But you know what? That OJ Howard trade scenario would be on my top 5 list. Oh Lord, please make that happen. Oh, I would be all over that and then some. Oh my God. Oh.
Y'all said he was on the trade block, or you just giving a hypothetical?
Yeah, he been on the block. Yeah. He been on the block.
No. I was listening to Pro Football Talk. I was listening on Pro Football Talk that he's on the trade block, and the asking price is a second round pick.
Oh, I would be all over that if I'm Miami, bro. There's no way you don't make that trade, bro.
I just don't want him to go to New England. I can tell you that right now.
I'm fearful of that.
Let me just say he would be a great what's the name? Now you can have legitimate 2 tight end sets that's a threat. In the past, I mean, the seconds get better in the blocking game.
That guy's been. I'll tell you that guy has been so vastly underutilized in Tampa Bay. It's disgusting.
Oh man.
Like, bro, first 2 years of fantasy when he was out, I took him early because I was like, this kid's gonna pop. Like you would
arguably have the 2 most athletic tight ends in the entire NFL with him, and you pair him with Mike Gesicki.
I'll give you a third. I'll give you a third.
No, I'm taking that. I'm all over that second, bro. There's no way, Miami, please, Chris Greer, please make that happen. There's no way if you Miami, you don't make that trade, bro. You will have the 2 most athletic. Okay.
I'm surprised the Patriots haven't gone after him, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
And they might be.
We can't hear you, ball game. We can't hear you, ball game.
He's got a couple of years in a rookie contract, though, still, I think.
I said.
Yeah,
One thing I said was
we
don't know. Who says he's not on their list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you he is.
He should be,
bro.
He should be. That guy slept on, man.
That's what I hate about this situation of off seasons. I mean, so many people you would love to entertain, but it's so many other teams that would love to entertain them.
Make that happen, bro. You would
remember this O.J. Howard played with Fitzpatrick when he was in Tampa.
In Tampa Bay, yep. And that was his I think that was his best year, most productive year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when he had the two back-to-back 400 passing yards.
I think
How was his
that
blocking?
His most productive year as well. Oh, he's stout in the run game, bro. He's stout in the run game.
He's sticking his nose in there.
You do? Wow.
He's stout in the run game.
I haven't followed
you would literally
Demon's getting his eyes corrected.
Sounds like I'm gonna go pick him up in Tampa Bay and drive him to Miami Gardens.
You would literally have the two most athletic tight ends in the entire NFL, bro. Literally.
Yeah. Gesicki and Howard.
You would have
Evan Ingram's still a dog though.
Look at that personnel, that 12 personnel package with him, Gesicki, Preston Williams on one side, and Devontae Parker. That's a freaking basketball team, bro. All of them, 6'4" and taller, and fast and athletic.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Jeudy in the slot.
Jerry Jeudy ain't gonna be there, buddy.
Whoever they throw in the slot, bro.
I'll take Jalen. Give me Jalen Reagor in the slot, though. I'll take that.
Oh man, please, Lord, make that happen.
Woo, man, it just feels like it's so forever away, and we're like 31 days and counting before mayhem starts. Because the one thing I don't want to happen is for us to go in free agency and we don't really do nothing.
We won't. Hasn't Greer said he's going to be aggressive?
Yeah. Y'all know we capable of it.
Just gotta see who's gonna panic first.
Yeah, I know we
capable
capable
to make sound bids, man, and have sound negotiations with teams, and don't overspend, because once that foolishness starts,
mm-hmm.
The panicking begins, man, and who knows what they're gonna do if they got a guy they really want and that price, I just hope
but you don't think we're gonna have to pay a little bit more premium for some of the people we want?
No, what it winds up happening is you wind up having to pay more for a guy that he's second on your list and you're not really in love with him, but you need the whole field and he's better than what you already got. So you're like, well,
So what would be the alternative if you don't slightly overpay for him?
Man, you might well draft it.
But again, are you
drafted it, groom it the way you want it, but don't spend the money on it.
Okay, but you sacrificing that for the immediate production you're getting from that veteran.
I deal with that. We ain't saying to be in the Super Bowl anyway, so I deal with that.
Again, expectations are upon us. Expectations.
Yeah, 8-8. Ain't nobody expecting us to go 12-4 next year, but TV.
You better know it, baby. Hey, you better know it.
Hey, listen. If they don't fix that run, if they do not fix that run game next year or run defense, 8-8 is not happening. I'm sorry. 8-8 is not happening.
Yeah, 10-6.
And,
a lot of teams.
I have a question. When you say 10-6, when you say 10-6, how many? Because like to me, it's always going to go back to division first. Like where are we at our division? How many of those are divisional wins?
5-1.
5. Oh wow. If we go 5-1 and 10-6, you're talking about.
Listen. If y'all don't believe you're gonna beat the Jets twice, you ain't a Dolphin fan.
Yeah, that's 2.
4-2. We'll split with New England. We'll split with New England and Buffalo.
In your division, and you end up 10-6, you're talking about possibly winning your division because it's going to come down to the tiebreakers.
5-1.
That's not too far fetched.
4-2.
5-1. The Patriots ain't the same, and they ain't gonna be. The Patriots, we might even sweep. 5-1.
Oh my God!
And that one is going to come
Andres
from probably
Negro.
Buffalo now.
Oh my God, Andres Negro! Oh, I tell you,
Hey,
these
let
idiots
me give
kill me.
y'all a bold prediction
All
real
these
quick.
idiots kill me, bro.
There go
All
Ian
these
fighting
idiots
people
kill
in the
me.
comment section.
Oh, these idiots kill me. This Andres Negro idiot. I tell you. Anyway, move on. Next question.
You just rented space in your mind, man.
I think we're gonna be.
All these idiots, bro.
We're gonna be.
You just gave us space.
3-3 in our division.
I'm sorry, it was a reaction. I just looked on. I just saw it on the screen. I just saw that his name and what he said. All these idiots, man. Anyway, next question.
We're gonna beat the We're gonna beat the Jets twice, and then we're gonna beat the Patriots once.
And Buffalo gonna beat us twice.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
No, we'll split with Buffalo and New England. We'll split.
Not if they keep. Not if
next year.
Not if they keep going like this.
Yeah,
because they're gonna just be ahead of us. That's
the
gonna
trajectory
be
that they're on, man. They're gonna be no.
Yeah,
if they put a big wide receiver,
we can't match up.
It's going to.
We don't even match up well with them, and we won't even again next year, man. They just.
We almost beat them. We almost beat them on their home.
Almost good at hand grenades and horseshoes, though, bro.
Yes, that's what I say too. Almost it only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, bro.
We'll see. If Josh Allen, we'll see. Josh Allen might regress, like
but Sam Darnold did.
If he was going to regress, it would have been this year.
Hold on. Next year is going to be the first full year of my boy Singletary, and we all saw what he can do. We only got a sample of what he can do, brother. Singletary going to be everyone going to be on that guy next year because he's going to be looked at as the most improved, and it's only going to be because he missed time of injury this year. But if you watch the preseason, and then when you started watching him, he started taking away snaps slowly but surely away from Frank Gore. And Devin Singletary is going to be a problem. Watch that kid.
Bro, Buffalo ain't finna beat us twice, man.
You gotta get ready for it, TD.
Yeah,
that team is.
I'm about to take ball game and reason Dolphin card for that one, man. They ain't finna beat us twice.
They want us to be real about what we saying, right? If you look at the makeup of the team, bro, they ready, man. They ready to take over.
Yeah. It's about
Josh Allen.
1 year wonder. 1 year wonder.
They been killing us. They beat us, man. They don't even have no real receiving threats.
Bro, because we didn't get no pressure on the man.
You couldn't.
Yeah, but that's why we get that pass rush together. All that's over.
That's why I said get yourself.
I know they started their process ahead of us, man. They're gonna be a little bit ahead of us.
You know what? I'm not a fan of his accuracy and decision making at times. But two things this guy has is he's got a freaking cannon, arguably one of the strongest arms in the league, and he's got elite athleticism, and I will not take that away from him. And I'm not saying elite speed, I'm saying elite athleticism.
Right.
That's the problem. That's where the problem lies. So when you got a guy who, you know what, he's not the most accurate, but when he's accurate, he's got a cannon, and you got a guy who can get away from that pass rush, no problem. So it's not as easy as everyone's making it out to be. And his elite athleticism and his cannon make up for the accuracy and the decision-making issues at times. And that's why I'm so here with him.
That's why where he kills us. See, I was saying get a guy that can tackle the quarterback. That had solely Josh Allen in mind because I was there his rookie season when he ran.
It ain't that easy though. His athleticism makes it real hard to get to him.
Listen, I was at that game in the end zone where Charles Clay dropped that pass. So believe me, I know. And the way he can extend plays and let his guys get open.
Exactly.
I mean, Cole Beasley's always going to be open somehow, some way. But
man, we better come after that ball.
And Insanity, how long have we had a problem with quarterbacks? Any quarterback that can extend plays.
I'm coming.
So
we never had a pass rush to get to him.
TD, Ian had something to say.
Huh?
I thought Ian had something to say. I'm sorry.
And it breaks my heart because I live by Buffalo and I hate the Bills the most. I'm just being a realist.
See, we just have to limit his ability to extend plays. That's where he kills us.
Yeah, you better have a damn good spy. You better have a damn good spy.
He kills us on the off schedule play. That's what kills us.
He's
bro.
an improviser,
He is
bro.
just gas us on
really
those
good.
plays.
Really good.
He is. So you just have to limit his. You take that away from him. You keep him confined to the pocket,
brother.
If you, I get it. But if you keep him confined, and also they've gashed us in the run game as well.
Yeah,
they've killed us, decimated us in the run game. You need to start there first.
Yeah.
I want to say something, man.
Uh-oh.
See, when Ball Game and Reason say that we're gonna be 3-3 in the division, I get what they saying, but it makes me so sad, man, because I'm so sick and tired of losing to our own division opponents.
I mean, we are too, bro. But you have to embrace.
No. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on what you were saying. It's just, man, I'm so sick of losing to them, man. We need to fix this crap now, man. Why can't the Dolphins freaking just go dominate and literally just dominate the division? Like, come on, man. I'm tired of losing.
Yo,
like, just get it together.
You said
Go ahead, Reed.
You select Tua.
You said it earlier, TD, and you don't sleep on what you said. The words came out of your mouth, and you could have been righter. This is a 2-year plan, bro. That's why I've said before, if we make the playoffs, bro, awesome. That's amazing. But I'm not putting those expectations till the 2021 season of thinking about playoffs, just because I know the draft capital we've accumulated. I know they've got a plan in place because, like Vince said, we know it's there. They're just being vague about it because they don't want to show their hand. We know there's a plan in place, and I'm just, you know what? I'm not the Philadelphia 76ers, but I'm trusting the process. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just can't stand to watch the others thrive and be on a trajectory of having sustainability.
If they select Tua, once they secure Tua, I'm telling you, better days are coming. Better days are coming, baby.
This is why I'm like
Rosen already on the roster, bro. Go ahead.
And I want to see your guys' opinion on about how we compete in the division, because outside it's tough. But can we compete? Can we show that we're ready to put a stamp that we're going to compete within the AFC East, and it's not going to just be these walkthrough practices against us for the most part. Yeah, we compete, but in the fourth quarter, where are we at with these teams? You feel me? So this year, I need to see, because to me, Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell, the Jets have theirs, right? Singletary and Josh Allen, the Bills have theirs. You still have Tony Michel. You don't know what the Patriots are going to do, but you still got Bill Belichick that can make almost anyone look competent enough. You feel me? I'm not sold on Jarrett Stidham, but we'll see. So they may have theirs. Where is ours? You feel me? So that's why I say I can see where we compete within the division. Where does our defense, stack up? Because we know the Jets defense is in the slouch, the Bills defense is in the slouch. Well, where is Miami within the division? Like, that's what we really have to start focusing on that too, because that's the quickest way to get to the playoffs, win your division. Mm-hmm. You get 5-6 wins like the Patriots do every year. You're wondering, well, how do they have a bye? Well, they're getting 5 to 6 wins in their division every year. We have to be able to do something.
Like I said, start all the 90% of the issues on our defense. You starts and ends with the run game, with the run defense. Start and end it there. Fix that this offseason. That's what you need to do first and foremost. Fix that, okay? And that will admit that it just helps every other aspect of your team. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all don't want to learn. Y'all don't hear it.
What you mean nobody want to learn? They got to do it. They got to get the people to do it. We all know we got to stop the run, right? I mean, we stop the run and force teams to pass, then we might have a chance to see what our secondary look like. But as long as people gashing us for 4.5, 5 yards a carry, why would they stop that? We know we got to be able to stop the run, but when have we ever been able to stop the run in the last 15 years?
Hang on.
We've been hard.
Hang on. Isn't that what I've been consistent about since day one?
Oh, we all have been saying it.
Okay.
So
okay.
You're saying it like you're the only one that's been saying it. I just don't see the point in lingering on it, because we all know it's a problem. Anybody with any ounce of football knowledge know that the Dolphins have had the most porous run defense, even in Dominican's Super Bowl.
True.
We have. We've been at the top. We've been top 10 in run defense.
No. Listen.
Back in 2002.
That is.
That's forever, bro.
No. What I'm
18
saying
years
is
ago?
that's our biggest issue.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that's our biggest issue. That's where we differ. I'm saying that's our biggest issue. Y'all haven't been saying that. Y'all have been saying pass
You
rush.
don't.
Y'all
Listen,
have been saying go get Chase Young. Y'all been saying go get trade up for Chase Young. Y'all been saying that since day one.
Who said
And I've been
trade up?
telling you no.
I never want.
That's
I
not
don't
the
want him.
biggest
I
issue.
said that. No. I'm listen. I don't know about nobody else. I ain't said trade up to go get him for nothing. I said without a shadow of doubt that we have been horrible. I just don't see the point of going back and forth and still beating the same dead horse about it. We've been horrible in the running game. Until we fix that, because we've been blaming the linebackers for their lack of play. But I said consistently, it don't start with them. It's not their fault. They playing catch. They're catching running backs.
I agree.
Because the D-line sucks, and we suck for a long time.
Yep.
Well,
So I don't see the point of me having to come on here every time we live and say the same thing over and over again.
Yo,
you're in
EM. Hold on. EM. Ball game and Finsandy have been clear when people have asked in the comments about trading up to Chase Young that they wouldn't do it. So no one would trade up to Chase Young.
Wonder who that was. Who said that?
What me?
I would.
I'm not speaking.
I ain't ashamed to tell you. I ain't ashamed to tell you I would.
But I ain't trading up to go get it. I ain't trading up to go get nobody.
I ain't ashamed to tell you. I'll go up and get him in a heartbeat.
I didn't call them names. I just said individuals on this panel has been consistent about trading up to get Chase Young.
Ain't no individual.
An individual.
Man, you be asked up, bro.
Not plural, singular, bro. Singular, bro. I'm proud to tell you I'll go get him.
Somebody been saying that. Somebody. I didn't call them names. I said somebody.
Guilty as can be. Give me life.
In my opinion, I don't think the Dolphins are going to draft a traditional defensive end. If they're going to draft a defensive end, they want one that's going to be able to be an outside linebacker as well as a defensive end. I think they're going to play with 3 defensive tackles and 1 defensive end.
Do you want to know what I would do if we? I've alluded to this before. If we let's say we go by TD's plan this year and we get Tua, we do all that. Man, we got 2 first-round picks next year. Honestly, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I think he's actually worth it. I would sit around and I would sit on those 2 first picks. And if Micah Parsons declares from Penn State, I would move those picks for that guy because I think he's one of the rare linebackers that's worth looking at in the top 5. And I think that guy.
Yeah, we don't know if he's coming out, right?
From what I've heard, he's probably going to, but yeah, we don't know yet. But he's probably going to.
He's a junior. He's a junior this year.
Yeah.
Certified coon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need some of those, man.
You want to see it this year.
Man, we need some of those for sure. But yeah, man, listen.
That would be your future. That would be your future leader, and that would be your captain of your defense. That would be your franchise defensive guy, probably. That everything would come out of that guy, I think, man. Like that would be our leader on the field. That would be our defensive field general, man. And that guy would absolutely that guy would remove souls from bodies.
Man, I want to get to a point to where we do so well this year that we could take both first-round picks next year and trade out for 2022 first-round picks and have 4 that year, and then trade those 4 and have 8 the next year, and just keep going until we got 32 first-round picks, just in case it all don't work, and then we got to rebuild. 32 players all in the first round. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do that now. Don't act like it can't be done. Ain't nobody gonna do it though.
No.
Shout out to Jersey Dolphin with a $20 donation, man. We appreciate your love and support, homie. As always, shout out to Jersey Dolphin, y'all.
It's been good, fellas. I'm gonna have to log up. I'm gonna have to hit.
Same here, man. I'm about
to panel 2
hit the road. I'm gonna have to bounce, fellas.
There's a lady on the panel
too.
I'm sorry, Finsanity. You as well. I'm gonna have to bounce. Sorry, y'all.
All right, tell Tua we said good night, man.
Yeah. All right. Till next time. Y'all
Till next time. I love y'all, man.
That? All right.
Yeah, you good. I'm about to get out of here myself, guys. It's been another great show. Any last thoughts from any of you guys?
TD, before we go, I want next panel. I'm gathering some data.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you're saying about how the quarterbacks went on the rookie contracts, but I think there's a piece of the puzzle that you're missing to that equation, and that's
what piece is that?
The coaching.
Okay, well, when you want to talk about it?
Whenever you want, man. Just I'll email you and I'll present my case to you.
All right, how about I'm looking at something now. How about me and you we do a stream, just me and you, and we talk about it.
All right, well, yeah. Just let me know.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up on the Patreon so we can get it together because I know you're a Patreon member.
Sometime during the
Because I don't know if that's gonna be the case, but I'm willing to hear this compelling argument. I got you, bro. We'll set it up together. All right.
Yeah.
TD, I'm reading this comment.
And appreciate you having me on, and fins up, baby.
I appreciate you, Shake Money, as always, man. Oh, he already got out of there. TD, I'm like a ghost to you, bro. You don't shout out to me no more. Shout out, True Fans fan. It ain't intentional, homie. Shout out to the whole mod squad. It's hard to read all the comments, man. Y'all got to forgive me if I don't shout you out as often as I used to. We're growing, man. We got more and more people joining the channel every single day. Even right now, we started this stream. I think we got 3 new subscribers just on this stream alone. Yep. Let me give y'all the exact number. We're at 7,571 subscribers. So we are 29 away from 7,600. If you're not subscribed to TD Fans Talk, don't miss out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like button. It's the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help us bring more and more people into the conversation every single chance we get. These are always great times, man. Shout out to Shake Money dropping another donation. He said, good night, everyone, with the $10. Appreciate your love, homie. As always, man, we're going to get together on that one. But I wanted to say specifically, I appreciate your reason always coming through, showing love and support, especially the daily conversations we have. Always, man, I'm in debt to you, man. I appreciate you. I just want to make sure I say that live, let people know that I appreciate you openly. Mr. Ball Game, as always, the OG, you already know I be checking on you, man, making sure you good. I love you, man. Always will. And I love you too, Reason. I ain't want to say that to Mr. Ball Game and then Reason get jealous, y'all.
No.
and Finsanity, you know, I love everything you do except wear them Heat jerseys and stuff like that. But it's all love. Even though she made us late tonight, her and EM, y'all. I'm a snitch on her. Her and EM made us late tonight. I'm messing with you.
Guys.
I'm just teasing you, but you know I love you, sis. I always will.
Hey.
Where C007 been?
Oh man, listen, I ask him all the time, is he gonna come on? Oh my gosh, tired.
He been running. Tell him TD was talking trash about you. Say he been running from these conversations.
Oh man, I think where my dad is right now, he's just spending more time with my mom. They're getting ready for retirement, so
that's what's up.
They're doing their fellowship together, you know. So they're watching. I mean, he's probably watching right now. He might pop up or something, but I will definitely have him on sometime next week when you have an open panel.
Tell him stop running.
One quick question.
Do
we have a date? For
the day?
A date for Reason and
the day after the
combine.
Day after the combine?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited for that, guys. I hope you guys really know that.
Me too. I can't wait to see how these guys did. Esteban, shout out to you. We appreciate you coming through tonight. Shake Money, we love you. We love you. Thank you for coming through for us. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to TD Fans Talk. EM, as always, man, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate all your insight. All your arguing just to be arguing, but that's neither here nor there. But we love you, bro. Take care of your business tonight, man. And as always, we love all our subscribers here at TD Fans Talk. Thank y'all, because we're nothing without you all. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us almost every chance y'all get and every chance we get. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Any last comments before we get out of here, guys?
Powerhouse TJ, Reason, Ball Game, and EM are doing what your top 5 for each like position or needs for the Dolphins or something like that.
No,
it's going
for the draft.
It's going to be amazing. If you guys, think they know something now, I know Mr. Ball Game, Reason, and EM are going to probably have one of the best panels, open discussions ever. I'm so excited for this because I know that those guys, do in-depth research and definitely, have, extensive knowledge about the guys that are coming out. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. So just basically the three of us got together. Like I said before, we wanted to have Finstani involved, but it was during her real super busy period. We couldn't get a hold of her and jazz. And so basically we identified the 3 top needs on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball heading into the draft before free agency. So this is going to be version 1. So what we've identified is quarterback, running back, and offensive line. And then on the flip side, edge and secondary, both corners and safeties. And the reason why we're doing the first version like this right after the combine is we're gonna have our hands on the measurables. For the guys who didn't go to the Senior Bowl, et cetera, right? And another thing is we're gonna do a version 2 after free agency. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna have a way better in-depth understanding, and some of those needs might change. So.
That's what's up, guys, man. I can't wait to see it. And when is that date? What day is the combine again?
March.
Yeah, it's like the 22nd.
Yeah,
I have. Oh, it starts on February 23rd.
February 23rd.
And it ends on Monday, March 2nd.
Wow.
So we're looking at possible March 3rd or March 4th?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, awesome. Just want to make sure I have it down so we're good. I can't wait, man. That's going to be awesome. All right, March 3rd or 4th, and maybe the 5th on Thursday. It just depends.
Exactly.
So we'll do it that week. All right, I'm excited, guys. I hope you all are looking forward to it. We're going to keep on reminding y'all about it, but y'all get ready for it, guys. Again, hit that like button on your way out of the building. This is another edition of TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace. We are out. Tannehill to go.
This guy.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. We out of here.